Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Ryuutama se yo, aka Travel, our Ryuutama show here on Twitch. It is, as some of you may know, just a few days before Christmas and we're feeling the holiday spirit. So tonight's episode is going to be extra special. We're going a little off script tonight to bring you some winter holiday cheeriness, but before we get into that, let's do some check-in because it's been a hot minute since we all hung out together. Jess, how have you been? How are the holidays treating you?
What even are holidays?
Stress, if you ask me, but
they're fine. They're around me. I don't really experience them very much.
Fair.
Because I'm just too busy. And like Christmas Day happens and then we're done and that's it. But it's fine. I've been busy wrapping up stream scheduling things and planning the next one.
Yeah.
And eventually I will build my computer so I can start running my shit again.
Someday.
December is a month of...
Yeah.
December is just happening. Next, please.
Well,
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, and I am glad to have you. Hopefully we can bring you the holiday cheer that you are so clearly needing. Summer, how about you? I hear you're sitting on the floor tonight.
I am sitting on the floor tonight, and it's choice, but I'm sure it will be killing me in literally the next 10 to 15 minutes. I had a 4-hour game over the when was that? Earlier this week. Days are hard. It's really weird when I don't have like work or a stream schedule because like pretty much everything's on hold for the holidays. Like,
Right.
I don't really know what day it is or like when things are happening. It was Tuesday. Okay, I can remember things. So that was quite the burden to bear sitting on the floor. But I'm doing it because I love this show.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm in the East Coast.
Weird. You're on
Which
the wrong
is-
side of the country.
A nightmare.
Oh no, not yet.
I've been going to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then waking up when my lovely, wonderful mother gets up at 8.
Oh no.
Feels good.
No.
And yeah, I'm not adjusting literally at all. It's kind of miserable. But seeing my mom for the first time in a year is really exciting. So that's fun. Except for she left me tonight, which is probably good because otherwise she doesn't understand streaming. And so she would probably just be like at the door being like, who are you talking to? And just be like,
I'm talking to the internet, Mom.
I'm talking to my friends online, okay? Like,
Oh.
Wow, that's such an old
obviously.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah, but doing good.
Real quick, I'm going to interrupt you for a big ol' thank you to Gem Song for gifting 5 subs. Holy
Whoa.
heck. Thank you so much. And thank you for the
heck,
Merry
friend.
Christmas. All of y'all, Veil Stitchery, Buckline, Jordan, the PH is silent, Bunny Nuke, Sumnet Striker, enjoy the popcorn. I hope it is delicious. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you managed to suffer through both sitting on the floor and streaming in from the opposite side of the country. I saw that you played Bluebeard's Bride recently. Yes.
Yeah,
Is that
that's what I was
correct?
playing on Tuesday.
How was
And
that?
oh my God. Like, it was so good. And we set up like 3 times that we were going to play with this like kind of small group. And I for sure thought that I was getting to play again, but I realized that I'm not signed up to play again. And I like found that out this morning and I'm heartbroken. It was
Oh, no.
exactly my brand. I loved it
Oh.
so much.
Oh,
I picked it
boy.
up at PAX.
Cool.
I'm so
It's-
running that shit.
The book is beautiful.
Mhm.
Like the actual physical book is gorgeous. So I'm desperate to get it. And yeah, I highly recommend if you're out there wanting to play like a dark horror, feminine. It's like, it's crazy. It's so good. I highly recommend it.
I'm intrigued.
And I will probably be running it in the new year at some point because it's
Awesome.
so fucking good.
Jolie, how about you? How have you been?
I'm good. I'm also on the East Coast still.
Woo!
My week's been good. I actually got to start up a home game with some friends that I used to play games with, but we haven't played in a while. But we're going to play sort of like remotely over like Skype or whatever. I don't know what we're using. Maybe Google Hangouts or something. And we're playing Burning Wheel, which I've always wanted to play.
Hell yes.
But we're playing it in the setting that our home games have been set in so far, but sort of transferring it over to Burning Wheel. And it's been awesome. It was so fun, like burning up characters, and I love it, and they really enjoy it too. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really, really fun. So, and my partner Ian is visiting here, so he actually was here playing, and he's still here, and he's in chat right now. Yeah, and he just said hi in there.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's my week so far. It's been really nice.
Fantastic. That sounds so great. Please learn Burning Wheel and then run it for me.
Yeah.
Because
I want to run it.
I really want to play it. I really want to run it someday, but I don't want to do that before I've played it.
Sure.
I can tell you after having played it for over a year now, I still don't know any of the rules.
That's you, Summer. Like, I've come to expect that from you as a person.
Wow.
Maybe it's not a hard game, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That tracks with my understanding having watched it.
Yeah.
It's really good, though.
Since Tuesday, I've literally just been like going through the book and trying to learn all the rules because there are a lot of rules. Yeah.
That sounds like work.
But it's fun. I like it.
Well, awesome. I'm glad you're getting that home game time in. I think that'll be really awesome. And I look forward to picking your brain about Burning Wheel on Discord.
Yeah.
Lindy, you've been busy, right? I saw you were playing some Dragon Age the other day, Inquisition.
I
yeah?
was.
Yeah?
I played some Inquisition on Wednesday, and this morning played Teenagers from Outer Space, part cool.
Excuse me.
That
what?
was Teenagers from Outer Space. It's amazing. You play alien teenagers.
Is it based on the movie?
It's a tabletop game. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's everyone's an alien, teenage alien, and you have superpowers. My superpowers are prehensile hair and teleportation, so I have tentacle hair. Someone else can fly and has like ice powers. And then your stats are cool, looks, luck, bonk, bod, and smarts. So you roll a d10, and then you add whatever stats applicable, and then you pick your two best subjects in school. Mine are physics and art. So, it's a lot of fun. Today we stopped the planet Cool from getting invaded by Mundane, which is, let me see, it's the best acronym ever. Kiana came up with it. The most uninteresting, needlessly drab, and noxious extremist. We had to stop Mundane from invading planet Cool with all their uncoolness. And we did, and it was epic, and we had great adventures. It was awesome. It's going to be a once-a-month campaign on my channel, so
that is amazing.
It is amazing. We made a trailer for it, which you should check out, because we got character art. We're really into it. It's a lot of fun.
I can tell.
It's a blast.
If I might be misattributing this to a different movie, but if I remember correctly, there was like
it's a black and white film.
Yeah, from like the
one of
40s
our players
or something?
his name's Derek, the sensitive spaceman, and he has the disintegrator ray, and that's his thing. Like, he's that character, but it's more it's like a system that was made a long time ago, and it's very like 80s anime kind of stuff. It's real fun. It's a blast.
Yeah, the movie was, I think it was included
I watched it
in like the special features of the like Destroy All Humans 2
maybe
PS3
I saw
game.
the Mystery Space Science Theater.
Yeah,
version.
it was in the special features of a PlayStation game that I played when I was like 14 and I was bored one day, and so I sat down. You couldn't scrub through, there was no chapter select, you just pressed play and watched the whole movie through from beginning to end, and it was an experience. I can't believe there's a game based on that. That's amazing.
It's amazing. I've had a blast. The first episode, we broke into the mall and joined a cool club.
Oh my god.
We battled some like robo mall cops and stuff.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
It's ridiculous and extreme and amazing and fun. I'm having a blast. I'm all about it. We all dressed up too because we're real into it.
Because of course.
So
Because why wouldn't you?
so that's been my days. I had that this morning. I'm already like super happy from that. So I'm just pumped for this evening's game. But yeah, this is
Fantastic.
my schedule for January. So it's pretty busy.
Fun times.
So
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
I
schedule
get a
for...
week break,
Well, that's good. That's smart.
but I'm with family, so
Well, we'll see.
balance out.
Yeah, I might give myself a break in February because I'm going to be streaming. So this year, January 2018, I streamed every day of the month. It was initially like I wanted to just teach myself to be more consistent, and I wanted to make the push for affiliate, and so I was like, fuck it, I'll do this. This sounds fun. And as we get closer and closer to January, I'm like, I kind of want to just do this every year. So in like a week and a half or whenever January starts, I'm gonna be doing that again. I'm gonna be streaming every single day of the month. Not role-playing games the entire time because that's too much work, but that does mean a lot more gaming streams. Some like because he's psycho summer. But yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
Whatever. I'm gonna try and get some like creative streams in there. So I'm kind of excited about it, but also I know that streaming every day of the month is going to take a lot of me. So I might give myself a break in February. We'll see. But that is far into the future, and tonight we will be looking back on the past of our characters. So are we just about ready to hop into it and get to some Ryuutama? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to recap us. If you want to go back and watch previous episodes and catch up, you can. But tonight is like very, very distant from the current events of the campaign. So if you aren't familiar with what's going on in the campaign, don't stress about it, because you're not going to need a whole lot of that context. But we come in tonight on Kulongan, this sort of this big old leather tent made of caravan wagons, and inside you're sitting around a campfire. There's sort of like a chimney hole in the center of the tent for the smoke to go out, and an unseasonably chill wind has come in, and you're huddled near each other at this fire, looking around at each other, and a sense of nostalgia falls over you, particularly you, Mule, as this reminds you, as you sort of pull your clothes together, or like close to you, you're reminded of back home in the city of snow when the chill winds would blow, and a memory strikes you of Fuyu's flight, the winter celebration. What immediately jumps to mind, and what prompts you to speak up about it at the fire?
I think because it was when he was younger and often sick most of the time. It was one of the few times he actually could beg his parents to let him go outside for the festivities that were going on. Probably just for a few hours, but at least a chance to go outside even if he wasn't feeling the best.
Okay.
And he actually got to basically go out and play.
So does does this memory, like, is it reminding you, like, now that you're out on the road and have been for a long time, is this like you're reflecting back to your childhood?
I think
And
it's like because the Kalengan is very like they're very gathered, and there's like lots of familial things, and it sort of has the feeling of constant festivities, the way the wagons are all gathered and things, and the tents are set up, and I think it kind of reminds him of that festival that occurs during Fuyu's flight.
Okay.
Because I'm imagining it's all very colorful compared to normal.
Yeah. I mean, certainly compared to the earth tones of the road that you've grown accustomed to over the past days. And I think, Lamb, you notice Mule fall into this contemplative state. Like, all of you have gotten used to seeing him think about stuff, but usually with books. Usually he's got like a book that he's reading and he's taking notes. But you see him looking into the fire, and almost like a sense of relaxation go over him, which you're not used to. That is not a familiar look on Mule. So, Lamb,
He's
what
not
do you do?
scowling.
Yeah.
Something's wrong
Yeah, I
here.
lean over to Lamb. Is he alright? Is he okay?
She goes, kind of like scoots over towards him. It's like, what you thinking about?
Huh? Not much. Just the winter festival back home. I just kind of got to thinking about it, that's all.
What about it?
Well, you remember how they'd always have those sculptures, and they do the kind of the festival?
Yeah, of course. It was like the one time a year that me and all the pappies went into town at the same time because we're a big gaggle.
Yeah. I used to go out with my sisters, and we would give out gifts to people. It's one of the few times I got to go outside. In the winter, anyway.
You only got to go outside a couple times?
I was sick a lot.
Oh, I was outside pretty much 24/7.
That's not surprising.
I think at this point, our camera sort of zooms in on the fire, and we start seeing images in the fire. And as we pass through, our camera pulls into a flurry of snow, and we see our episode splash for tonight, remembering for the first time in many episodes. And tonight's episode is episode 8, Fuyu's Flight, Memories of Winters Past. And I think there's some seasonably appropriate jingling music playing as we come in over the City of Snow, which we haven't seen since the very first episode. But it says the City of Snow 9 years ago. We see these large snowdrifts piling up. I think some of the buildings, the snow actually just goes up to the roof, and they just clear out the front so that you can access the doors. The road in some places have these like high snow walls where it's all been dug out. Our camera moves toward a large, stately manor house, and we see 3 figures, sort of 2 somewhat taller figures that look to be in their early to mid-teens, and then 1 smaller, very, very bundled figure, and we just get like a sneeze out of young Mule. You are headed from the manor house into town, and who's leading this little expedition of the 3 of you?
If they don't stop him, little Mule is gonna run ahead.
Okay, and actually, Jolie, could you introduce which of the twins you will be playing as? Which of Mule's sisters?
Sure. So I'll be playing Inga, the oldest twin. Do I need to say any more, or is that good enough?
I think that's good.
Okay.
And Lindy, you are playing.
Isa,
Nice.
the identical twin to Inga, but shorter hair.
Twins again.
Yeah.
So your youngest sibling, your young sickly brother, has just sneezed and run off into the snow.
Oh, Mule.
I'll be fine.
She like takes
You're
out a
gonna
little.
catch your death of cold.
She
Drink
pulls
hot
out like a
so
little,
like that sneezing.
a little handkerchief and like crouches down in front of him and like pats his nose. Are you warm enough?
I'm fine. If I put any more clothes on, I won't be able to move.
You don't look warm enough. And then she like starts like patting him down.
Inga! Stop!
Okay, there. And then she fixes
Fun.
her hair. She fixes her hair. Okay. You okay?
I'm fine. Let's go!
You're in
Think
such
you
a
got-
hurry this
Where
morning,
we
Mule.
will be able to go and play in the festival.
We'll have plenty of time for that.
The
I promise
festival
you.
isn't going anywhere. We're here all day.
She's right.
I want to
We
go
just
get
need
a
to be
gift.
patient.
I want to go get a present for Mom.
Okay, we will.
Okay, let's go.
He runs.
Okay.
Charges
No,
off.
not very fast because he's really not fit. But
Um,
you know,
I think is
Right.
is Asa carrying like the presents that you're going to be handing out?
Oh yeah, I should
while you're
definitely
there.
be holding all the presents, which is why she's letting Inga deal with Mule mostly.
Right.
Right. As
Um,
as Mule runs off, she like shoots a glance at Isa, like, "Oh my God, this boy."
I'll be like, this is why I wanted to carry the presents. You let me pick.
You know, he never gets to. This is because Mom and Dad never let him go outside all year, and then he's just all pent up when he gets outside.
They should let him out in summer when he's not likely to catch pneumonia. Well, less likely.
Well,
Yeah, Mule, I think you're definitely bundled up in like so many layers that you do not have full range of motion for your arms.
No.
I feel like the kid
Um,
from Christmas Story.
Yeah, and you've got like a scarf wrapped all the way around your face.
yeah, he's like making it work. But he's more penguin
waddling.
waddling.
I think we see Mule, you like catch your foot and go into the snow and start to get up as your sisters rush over, and our camera pulls away from that and to pardon me, hitting the mic, to the other end of the city of snow, where we see first just a herd of sheep, and then behind it, on top of it, to the side of it, where is Lamb? Where is Lamb in relation to this herd of sheep that the Pappies
On
are
it?
like on it?
On a
On
sheep?
top?
Yeah.
Okay.
On a sheep.
Oh my god, are you on top of like young Nono or young Giddy?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, I don't know how long they live, but
Whatever, they live as long as we want them to.
they live forever, okay? They're
Um,
eternal. Yeah.
So we've got
Now she's probably on a much
10,
more
12
well
years.
behaved.
okay.
They're almost dead.
Oh God! Those are not the
No.
feelings I expected from this episode.
No, maybe she's writing maybe she's writing on their
Like Giddy's mom.
Yeah. So there's this
Sweet.
older sheep, goat, whatever they are.
Sheep originally.
Cross.
Goat.
They're
Goats.
whatever they are. They're herd creatures
Great.
with wool and
Great.
horns.
Great.
And we can see like the little young Giddy and Nono, like just little lamb versions, gaggling around like her feet, while Lamb, you're up on this huge, compared to your own size, animal, and behind you are all these Pappies with their like caps and their brown leather clothes with their bells, ringing the sheep, or the geep. The geep. Okay, we're calling him geep from now on. Ringing the geep into town. And Lamb, are you supposed to be in the middle of the geep on top of one of them, or is this just sort of a situation you got yourself into?
She got up there intentionally. Whether or not they actually like want her to be on top of them is another question. Because if one just happens to take off to the side and she's on top of them, she's gone. Goodbye. They're
Right.
out of sight. So she's probably discouraged from riding the keep. But she is anyway.
Okay,
Can't be tamed.
So Pappies, specifically Pappy that Jolie is playing and Pappy that Lindsay is playing.
Yes.
Do the Pappies have names?
Yes.
I don't think they do. They're all Pappy.
They're all Pat.
But we are identical pappies.
We're all twins.
We're twin
Yes.
pappies.
You see your charge, your little lamb that you have been taking care of for what, 10 years at this point?
Yeah, she's
nope,
like
nope,
9, 10.
Nine
she's at
years.
9.
Yeah, you've been taking care of her for like since she was just a wee baby, like a toddler maybe, is in the middle of this sea of geep on top of one of them. What do you do?
Oh no, lamb! You're not supposed to be out there in the middle of all the geep.
Oh, I can't catch up with her. My sciatica's flaring up again.
Oh, God. It's your sciatic nerve in my hip. I swear.
I can't hear you.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just to see if ma.
All right. Hold on.
Lamb.
Faster. It's just like
Okay,
trying
are
to
you-
get.
Could you roll 2d6 for me?
Yeah.
Summer.
Because I'm weak.
Yeah, as you try and giddy up Nono's mom.
4. I'm really good at this. You can tell.
Yeah, you're like, go faster, and she just sort of looks like over her shoulder at you and then sits down. And
Slides off the back.
yeah, little Giddy and Nono start jumping up on you, all like getting in your business, as the rest of the herd just sort of like moves around you.
You're supposed to go to the front because we gotta lead the way into the city. Come on, gotta go.
And she's like kind of trying to push, but those she can't.
Could you roll another 2d6 for me?
Okay.
I've got
Maybe
like
this
the
is-
crook and I'm trying
Can I
to
roll
like.
2d8 because I'm a strong child?
No, you are not.
I mean,
Okay, a 7.
Okay.
A 7 is pretty good. Okay,
Pretty,
let me
I'm
double
pretty
check.
strong
I'm gonna check
for a
the
9-year-old.
strong for a 9-year-old. Yeah. So let's see. On a 7, that's pretty good. Which is, so your 4 was even a kid could do better, but a 7 is it literally says pretty good. So I think you're starting to push, and you hear a distressed bleat from this goat as you start pushing her in the snow. And your pappies catch up to you as the rest of the herd sort of goes past. But you're pushing her along. There's a rut in the snow.
This is more work than it probably should be.
Huh?
It's
What'd
more
you say?
work.
Oh,
They don't walk themselves when you ride them fast.
that's why we tell you not to ride them.
It's not
dangerous.
safe, lamb.
Yeah, I feel great.
I just want to get into town, get this festival over with, and get back.
Get it over with.
Oh,
It
I
only-
like
it's
the
so short.
festival. It's
bah humbug.
you always were the
Happy.
grumpy one.
We show off the
okay,
sheep, make the people happy, and then we head back. That's all we
We'll
do.
get you some nice hot chocolate while we're at the festival, lamb. How about that?
I like chocolate.
Yeah,
I guess I like it hot.
it's quite a treat.
Do you think I'm gonna get any gifts?
Well, if we get there in time, maybe you'll get lucky enough to get one of the ones that the fancy people hand out.
I want
Set your
to get.
expectations low.
I want to
just
get a
don't get your
sweater.
hopes up.
I want to get a good sweater though, and I want it to be red to match my coat.
You do have a lovely red coat, so we can get to see you amongst the herd.
There
she is.
Yeah, you do have that like the cape that you were wearing, right? Which I think on little 9-year-old
It's
Lamb
like a
is...
full-size
to her ankles. Yeah.
Yeah. She looked like a superhero.
Yeah. A full cloak.
Like a
wrapped around.
superhero or a tree.
I think we see
Right,
we
let's
see
keep going.
Yeah, we see the Pappies whip the geep into shape.
Come on.
All right.
we
Fluffy
pull
bottom
back and see
animals.
this like herd of geep making their way into the square. And with that, I think we get a quick cutaway back to Kulangan. And we see Mule and Lamb talking to each other. And I think on the opposite side of the fire, we see Danjin and Kiro just sort of like staring at the two of them.
Poking Kiro.
Stop poking me. Stop poking me. Stop poking me. Why are you poking me?
They're really cute. Are you watching this?
Yeah, yes, I see what's going on. There's not like anything else to watch.
I'm just enraptured. This is amazing.
As Danjin says that, we cut to little Mule, little 8-year-old Mule, and you're in a crowd of peasants in front of a stage, and there's a stage play going on, and it's talking about the hero, oh god, what was his name? I think it's Ryotaro Heisuke, who's the person that united all of the seasons into the medallion, and it's this whole dramatized thing about like, yes, I shall go to the dragons, but you have never seen it before.
It's the coolest thing ever.
He's got like a sword. He's awesome. And meanwhile, I think Inga and Asa have lost you in the crowd effectively.
Mule.
And
Mule.
similarly, Lamb, you went chasing after an unruly young
You
Giddy.
get that fluffy bottom little rascal.
Giddy went and ran off. And so you ran into this crowd of people trying to chase after your
jeez, we lost her.
after your young charge.
I'm gonna get you, Giddy.
And as you say that, you bump into a young, like, over swaddled boy who you cannot see him for all of his
just
all
eyes.
of his stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not even fully sure it's a person at first.
Yeah, it
Maybe
might be
some
like
kind of
Could
big
be another sheep.
flesh.
Pretty sure bumping into Mule just straight up knocks him over because trying to balance in this level of layering is impossible.
I think you both fall over into the snow and just poof.
Oops.
Ow.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yes. Are you okay? Can you get up? I can try and roll you.
Just can you give me your hand, please?
Yeah, she clambers up and reaches down to pull him up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes like a good like one pull.
it's like all of Lamb's body weight to pull him.
Yeah.
You got a big coat on there.
I have a little bit of a cold, so they made me bundle up.
Aren't you hot? I've been running the whole way, and so I'm like really hot.
I think we see you like flex and steam comes off of you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Wow. No, I'm just okay. But I can't move very well. Can you help me with this one? There's a button here, I can't reach it.
and then from behind you there's a and something hits you in the back, Mule, and you poof onto your front, and something jumps onto your back. Lamb, little Giddy has jumped onto Mount Mule and claimed him for his...
Got you.
And she grabs him. Grabs him by the feet.
You just like grab Giddy and pick him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's another like muffled sneeze into the snow, and the snow just kind of.
Yeah.
I would help you, but I have a problem in my hands.
Is that keep yours?
Yeah, it's one of them. I've got a bunch of them, but they're back with the herd. This one just ran off
Oh,
because he's a
You-
troublemaker.
you live with all of the sheep in the herds?
Yup.
Keep. Whatever the fuck they are.
It doesn't matter what they're called.
It really doesn't. I'm imagining the
Animal,
words
everyone
are just
knows
like
what you're talking about.
the words are interchangeable in Melodia.
Just a
I just have
localization
goat
error.
PTSD.
Yeah.
It's just
It's translation problems.
It's a little inconsistent. Just bear with
Yeah.
us.
I think
Translator's
you know.
note.
Just a quick. Keep means sheep. Or goats. We're not sure.
one or the other. That's fine.
Are you here by yourself?
no, my sisters are here with me, but they're handing out presents.
You said presents. Do you know what's in them?
No.
Any sweaters? I'm looking for a red sweater. That's my dream.
A red sweater?
Yeah.
Well, I know my mom and some of my sisters were making sweaters, so maybe.
I would love to get my hands on a red sweater.
I could try to see which one has a red
They're
sweater.
wrapped. They're wrapped though. You can't see inside. I would have to just open all of them, and I don't think that's allowed.
No. But I bet I could figure it out.
How?
My sisters wrapped them. They'd know which is which.
Do you think they'd remember if they wrapped like 100 sweaters?
I think we get
Isa
a
remembers everything.
chibi cutaway to Inga holding one of the packages, just sort of looking at it, and like a big question mark pops over her head.
Like,
Okay.
Okay, well I'll help you find them, and then we can find out which one maybe has a red sweater in it, and then they can just maybe happen to give it to me because I'm right there.
Well, Well, I guess if you're with the keep, then that means you're a peasant, so that's fine.
What's a peasant?
Not a noble,
So everyone?
basically.
I mean, I
This is
haven't
a very
ever.
intense political conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, if I get a dress, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, come on, let's go. We'll find them.
I gotta take this back to my pappies.
She's still got Giddy.
If you just stay right here.
I'll go with you.
Oh, are you sure? Can you walk in that?
Yeah.
Debatable.
I could give you a piggyback ride.
But you have your keep.
You can hold on to Giddy.
And she'll just like hand him over.
Just put him in your hands like this and grip him.
Giddy
Okay.
immediately bucks and like yeah, I think Mule, unless you want to roll for it, I think you just get thrown.
I don't imagine I'm gonna do well, but sure.
You
let's
can roll 2d4.
Okay, 2d4. Yeah, let's do this.
Wreck it.
No. That's so bad. Yeah, so Lamb gets or not Lamb, Mule gets thrown and Giddy goes like off through the crowd. Do you chase after him?
She's just watching. Because she doesn't understand why other people can't just hold on to them. Why can't you hold on to a sheep?
Have you ever held a sheep before?
No, they're really strong.
Yeah, that's why you gotta grip them so hard. You gotta let them know, boss.
I did though.
You didn't let him know who was. You didn't look him in the eyes.
Look him in the eyes?
Yeah, you gotta look him right in the face and be like, "I'm the boss of you," and grip them.
Oh,
You can pull their hair; they don't really care at all.
that seems really mean though.
They can't feel it. They're so thick.
Oh,
She's
Well, we
got
should-
a big fistful and just drag them back.
should we go find them?
Yeah. Yeah. I probably should still give you a piggyback ride because I don't think you're gonna move as fast as Giddy's gonna be moving.
Okay, well, I can do better. Help me get this one off. It's really too warm.
But how we can't leave it here.
No, I'll just carry it. It'll be fine.
Okay.
And she'll help, like, try and
Like, let's get the parka off.
she's got like
And
now
I think,
he can like move.
I think
Yeah.
as that happens, we hear Asa calling for Mule, but we also hear the grouchy Pappy calling for Lamb.
Lamb,
Yo.
where are you, kiddo?
Oh.
You gotta hand out a present. Look enthusiastic about it.
My pappy's looking for me, so I should probably hide.
My sister's looking for me, and I know she's gonna get mad.
Okay, I'll just.
I'm going to
Well-
get mad, Mule.
Sweat drop.
Where's a good hiding spot? Do you know one?
You can bury into the snow.
and she starts digging under.
No, he does likewise.
The peasants next to you sort of step to the side and look like, what the fuck are these kids doing? And I think you get some no, shoo, like these adults start shooing you away. They're like, go do your shenanigans elsewhere.
I'm
Come
gonna
on,
do 'em
we'll go
right here.
backstage.
Drag.
Yeah.
All right.
She's like,
Lamb.
I'm gonna do my shenanigans wherever I fucking want.
Here,
Mule's
have a
like, nope.
present. Mule.
Lamb, you better not be up to those shenanigans.
Happy holidays. Mule.
we hear those voices fade as the two of you run around the side of the stage, and you come around to the back, and there's a small staging area, I think, where some of the actors that aren't on stage are there. There's some there's a covered area, and there's a small campfire that the actors are warming themselves by between scenes, and we see one of the we see the stage manager, I think, with some mugs of cocoa see the two of you, and we lose the audio as the music swells, and we see them beckon you over, and then we fade to present day as 2 mugs of cider are brought to present day Lamb and Mule, and I think each of you is struck by you're both, I think, separately remembering this day, but there's one aspect of the festival that sticks out for each of you, starting with Lamb. What about the festival specifically sticks out to Lamb?
About this particular one, it was probably the first time she'd actually spent any extended amount of time with someone her own age.
Okay.
So I think she would remember that the company of being around kids, not necessarily this one person, but being
Yeah.
around kids her own age. it was probably like the 1 to 3 times a year she got to do that.
And Mule, what about this festival sticks out in your memory?
I think it was the first time he had ever been away from his family for any significant period of time.
And then my last question here is, which of you, as you like blow the steam off of the top of your cider mugs, which of you mentions that thing? And like that, I remember a festival, right? Like, which of you breaks that ice?
We want to rock, paper, scissors this?
No, I mean, I think that goodbye as you fade into the memory.
Yes.
Apparently.
No, I think that Lamb definitely is probably more prone to mentioning what she's thinking about.
Yeah.
And she's probably just like,
There's this one that I went to, one festival when I was like probably 9. It's one of the first ones that I remember actually like really well. And I don't know if you got to like hang out with the other kids, but I mean, you grew up with sisters, so obviously you knew what it was like, but I never got to be around people my own age. Like, really? Up until we took the first amulet, I hadn't been around people my own age for, like, more than, like, a couple hours at a time.
Huh.
I just grew up with pappies.
Well, I mean, my sisters are all a lot older than me. Other than Maria, she's probably close to your age. Maybe a little older.
But still, those are kids. Even if they're a little bit older.
Sort of. The twins are more like second moms, I guess. They were way older than me, and they were usually looking after me. Especially after... Well... But there was this one time I managed to kind of get away from them for a little while.
Like, went rogue on your own?
Not exactly. It was more like they lost track of me, and I didn't really feel like I was in a hurry to find them.
Pappy's lost track of me literally every other minute.
I think we get another chibi cutaway, and it's just like a like comic book montage of various like old men like holding their forehead, like question marks everywhere, checking under the bed.
And she's always under the snow. They never check there.
She clings to the bottom underside of a sheep.
Yeah. And I think as we see the two of you blow again on your ciders, trying to cool them down, and then like look up at each other. And as you look up at each other, we fade to the past with the two of you like little kids with your cocos looking at each other through the steam of those. And we are going to go to our first break of the night. So we're going to step away for a couple minutes. When we come back, we will see what sort of shenanigans these two children got up to while they were unsupervised. So see you soon. Hello and welcome back to Travel. So as we come back from our commercials, we see the two of you polish off your cocos and wave goodbye to the stage manager. Where are you going here? So you've stepped out of this fenced off area out back into sort of the city square, and we can smell like delicious savory foods, probably like some okonomiyaki stands not far.
Yes.
There are confectioners, there are jugglers, there are some like game booths, and all around we can just hear the sounds of music and people laughing. Where do you go?
We were looking for Giddy, right? Baby
We
Giddy.
were, but
Rip.
And then we
Rip
had to
Giddy.
hide.
and then Lamb's brain just
Lost it.
that does not exist to her anymore. She is,
Did she have object permanence at all at this age? No.
So as they're leaving, she's probably like,
We have to see the sculptures.
Oh, the ice sculptures?
Yeah.
Okay. But what about your Geep?
They're Giddy?
Is that his name?
Yep. I'm sure that Giddy is exactly where he needs to be. Somewhere at the festival.
On the opposite end of the square, some poor merchant is like dealing with this tiny rampaging geep that's just knocking anything over.
yeah,
Why
he's
are
like
they
doing
the
that thing
worst?
where he's like really climbs up on something and backflips off of it, he's just knocking everything over.
Yeah.
She's just like headbutting stuff randomly.
Yeah,
No, that would be no probably.
yeah.
And if I know anything about Giddy, it's that he really likes ice sculptures.
Okay. Let's go.
Do you know the way though? Because I don't know the way.
Hold on.
He's gonna fish around in one of his layers of coat for the map of the city that he was definitely given.
Okay.
Or took.
She's
from-
like looking over his shoulder, down at it.
It doesn't have a you are here.
No, I forgot to draw it before I left. It wouldn't matter anyway, but we're close to the theater, so that's... hold this side, please.
Okay.
That's here. And the sculptures are going to be in the square, so we need to go that way.
Are you sure? Because I'm looking at this map and it does not look like anything. Those look like
I'm
little
sure.
mobs.
Can't you read the street signs?
Yes. I
Is that
can.
a lie?
Translator's note.
Narrator. She was lying.
She probably can read. It's just not great. It's not her highest priority.
Yeah.
Sure.
Something street.
Oh,
Something
and on the
street.
corner of something street and something street.
You
Okay.
can tell the differences in the shapes. Okay.
That's a start.
Mule, could you roll 2d6 for me for
Sure.
a direction check?
Sure. He's been good at this since he was 8.
We'll
Or
see.
however the fuck old he is.
Oh my
He
god,
has been
yeah.
good at this.
Yep. By the way,
This child never gets lost.
9 is good as a pro. So
I told you he's a genius.
fucking Mule knows exactly where he's going.
He's been prepping for his time outside. He studies the maps.
Honestly, though.
That's
Uh,
wonderful. It's insane.
And so you start leading this your fellow child through
Come,
through
my
this-
fellow child. This way.
through the square, past all manner of stalls. There's food, obviously. There's a one of those carnival games where it's the like pyramid of bottles, and then you've got a ball that you throw at them. Several other carnival things. There's a face painting station.
Step aside.
Does this cost money? Because I have exactly 0 of them, but I have charm.
It does. Mule has money.
I assume he's got money.
Just as sort of like a matter of course.
Yeah.
She goes up.
She's like, I want to get my face painted so bad.
You want to?
Yeah? I get my face painted like a sheep.
Mule will go up and
Excuse me. How much?
And we see this this large matronly woman with like an artist's apron loom way over the counter, like way taller than you. Look down. Oh, yes, it's just a single coin for the both of you.
Just for her. My sisters might get mad.
Are you sure? I think you would make a wonderful lion.
Do it. Do it.
Okay.
All right.
so coin.
Yeah, she takes the one coin, and we can see in the background there's a price sheet that is clearly not one coin. And she puts the coin to the side and it's just like, just sit here. And she'll do each of you. Lamb, you get all the like the sheepy features, the little like you get a swirlies on your cheeks.
She sees herself in the mirror and she's like,
I want to look angrier.
You like thicken your eyebrows.
Yeah. I like just art directing.
And then Mule, you get this like lion's mane done around like the edges, and then like little kitty nose and the whiskers.
Does this look weird? Do I look weird?
No, do I look weird?
I mean, you kind of look like one of your geek now.
Yeah, that was the point. That was the point. Pappies will never find me now. It's a perfect disguise.
They won't recognize us, that's for sure.
Yeah, and if you growl at everyone, just don't pretend you can't talk, just growl at everyone. They probably won't know that you're a person.
Okay, I guess.
Do it.
Grr!
That was pretty good. You gotta do the scary claws.
And he has like mittens on
Mittens.
probably.
Yeah.
So
And I think we get this this chibi back and forth of Mule with Mittens being like, grr, and then Lamb being like, bah. Like little chibi Mule who is not threatening at all, and then like angry geep Lamb who's actually kind of intimidating.
the angriest geep.
yeah. She learns from the best.
And the two of you, I guess perhaps more Lamb, coach each other on how to be ferocious animals.
Yeah.
As you continue your walk, and I think there are a couple ice sculptures, sort of right at the edge of the square, but the bulk of them are actually kept sort of away from the main festivities, over by the Temple to Winter. And so we see the two of you reach the edge of the square, sort of the sounds of celebration going on behind you, and we see these two ice sculptures of trees right on the edge of the square, and their branches sort of reach out to each other and intertwine, and there are lights strung up all between the two of them.
Hey, look. This one's always been my favorite. They do it every year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you like it?
It's got a nice story behind it. My mom read it to me once.
I never heard that one.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I hear a lot of stories from Pappies, but it's mostly about their back.
Oh.
Did I ever tell you about the time I threw out my back?
Feels just like, huh? Like many question marks.
Okay.
What's your story, though?
Well, these two trees are the spirits of two
a boy and a girl that grew up together and then got separated for a very, very long time. And there was a big, scary battle that was going on, and they found each other, but they couldn't be together because they were on opposite sides. And then they tried to go away together, but they couldn't get away. But then at the end, after it was all over, they found these two trees starting to grow together where they had sat down to rest, is what Mom said.
Does she mean died?
Yeah.
Why do you like that story?
Because he's Mule.
Well, they couldn't be together with everything going on.
So
but
they just died.
No. They're together now. Those trees actually exist
They're
out
dead.
there. There's spirits are in the trees. Their spirits are still in the trees.
Little 9-year-old lamb doesn't believe in ghosts.
And oddly enough, little 8-year-old Mule does.
Well, that's a nice
It's sad, but
thought.
it's actually sweet in the end because they managed to get together. Just not as people.
Well, why didn't they just stay together from when they were little?
You can't control that sometimes. I mean, if your pappies moved away, you'd have to go with them, right?
Not if they couldn't find me.
Speaking of which, I think we hear a distant lamb.
Lamb!
And actually, real quick, I want to see the two of your pappies as the two of you are like, you're trying to find lamb in this like busy festival.
In the snow. Let's look at me. Let me look.
My eyesight's not what it used to be.
And
Don't bend.
both-
I'm just gonna poke my stick in the snow next time. I can't bend over and look under it like I used to.
Is that lamb over there?
No, it's a snowman. Oh, Giddy. Is that Giddy? Giddy. Where's Lamb? Oh, gotta catch you.
All right. Lamb, you hear the bumbling sounds of your pappies looking for you. What do you do?
Are they looking for you?
Do you think that I can climb that tree?
It's an ice sculpture. It might break.
It still has branches, right? I mean, it looks pretty big to me.
You're not supposed to, though.
There's no sign that says no touching.
There is
probably is.
definitely a sign that says no
Definitely.
touching.
He points right at it.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
And she's gonna run over to the tree and start trying to.
No, wait!
Nice.
Roll 2d6, please.
Yes, absolutely, I will, friend. 7.
No.
Hey, that's kind of okay.
No,
I'm
that
pretty
is
sure.
literally pretty good.
Pretty
but
good.
You need way better than pretty good to climb a fucking
Nice.
Ice tree.
ice tree. Yeah. Brunhilde, that's right. Okay, I need to check my notes. So you go to climb this tree, and I think we see you scramble up a little ways and then just slide down. And I think you fall on like the edge of the pedestal that it's on, and there's like a small ow that comes from Lamb, and we see a woman probably in her early 20s at this point, in priestess's clothes, walk up, and Mule, you're familiar enough with the sort of religious structure here in the city to know that this is Priestess Brunhilde, who oversees the Temple to Winter. And I think we see from Mule's perspective this like looming, dark adult figure. And then we just hear.
I think if I could just get a jump, I would get up there.
No, stop.
Dear, young one, that's not safe.
Sorry,
For
I
me
tried
or
to
for
warn
the
her.
tree?
For either. And there's like a big old bruise on your knee.
I had
tried
this
to tell her
before.
not to. She wouldn't listen.
There were no signs.
Yes, there is.
There's not a sign that says no climbing.
There is. You're standing right next to it.
It was too low for me to see.
Well, and she pats your head. Where are your parents?
I don't have any. They disappeared.
What?
Roll 2d4.
Me?
Yeah.
Is this a deception check?
It's not deception, it's convincing her. Well.
Sorry,
Why don't
priestess. We
you-
just lost track of.
They could be dead. They could be alive. There's no way to know.
It's okay. And she'll you've got like a cowlick, I think, and she'll pat that back, Mule. Why don't you come back to the temple? I'm sure your parents will be able to find you there, and I can get you patched up.
I don't have any parents. I'm telling the truth.
She has pappies. She keeps saying she's got pappies looking for her.
Okay then.
I'm a rogue. I don't have any family.
Oh, what?
She doesn't buy that at
That's
all.
weird.
Sometimes you're just born and you just grow up in the snow. And you
That's
eat
not-
grass and worms.
That's not how that works.
Maybe not for you.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I'm not even a person. Look at my face.
Yes, you are quite the ferocious little geep. She chuckles. That's quite impressive. Come, let's get you cleaned up. And she starts leading away from the square toward the temple.
Come on.
I'm not supposed to go anywhere with strangers.
She's not a stranger. She's the priestess of.
Well, I've
Temple
never
of
met
Sun.
her.
Well, I have, and you've met me, so come on.
If I get kidnapped, I will remember this and blame you for it.
Okay.
She'll go along skeptically.
He grabs her
With
by the
this
hand and leads her
kidnapper.
along. Yeah. He
Um,
grabs her by the hand and just leads her along after the priestess.
so it's not far from the square. It's like maybe 2 blocks. And at the foot of the stairs, which we as an audience can recognize from the very first episode of the OVA, we see several rows of ice sculptures, each with these sort of there are like lanterns underneath them, and then there's a crystal pedestal over the lantern to insulate the ice from the heat, but still let the light shine through. And so there are probably like 16 of these sculptures of various shapes, like historical figures from the city, but also there are I think there's a set of 2 statues that are much larger than the rest. One of this humanoid figure with a hand held up, and looming sort of over that figure, an enormous snake-like dragon. And that sort of forms an archway over the stairs.
Mille's
Are
seen
we-
it before, so he's not
Are
super...
we going up
Well, yeah.
there? Sure. We should be walking under this.
Have you never been to the temple before?
No.
Well, first time for everything. Come on.
Why would I? I don't have any business there. What would I be doing there?
You make offerings to the dragons of the seasons?
I don't have anything to offer.
You have gape and grass and whatever.
Should I have brought some grass with me?
No, it's fine.
I just left it out there in the
I
field.
I have coins. I'll leave one for you.
You keep using all your coins on me, you're gonna have none left.
No, I'll be fine.
Do you know who my dad is?
I've never had a coin before.
Really?
Not one of my
Where?
own. I borrowed. I can't take your money.
Why not? I'm giving
gotta-
it to you. You're not
No.
taking it.
I gotta earn it.
Well, you did. You helped me get my coat off. So here.
Is that something you pay people for normally?
Yes, that's what servants do.
What? But you can just take off your own coat. It's really easy.
We just see a picture of like in Lamb's imagination, her just like pulling coats off of people and a mountain of money behind her.
She's getting the most skewed perception of what the service industry is.
I feel like I wanna maybe I've got a really good idea. After we leave here, you're gonna go hide it somewhere and then give me a clue about it, and then I'll go find it. And then when I find it, it'll be like a buried treasure.
That seems like a lot more work,
You have to
You-
work for money.
but you did.
But this is the better kind of working because it's a fun kind.
Okay, fine. Well, hold on. Turn around.
Oh,
Don't look.
Okay.
She'll turn around and
He's gonna go hide it like at the bottom of the stairs or something and bury it in the snow.
Okay.
Or like, yeah, something like that.
Okay. Roll me a d4 and a d6.
Sure.
See how well you hide this thing. Pretty well.
So yeah, he buries he like tucks it. I don't know if there's like a little statue or structure or urn or something around the bottom of the stairs. He
Yeah.
tucks it in there somewhere.
Okay. It's hidden.
Okay, I'll look for it later.
Okay.
I've got to give my mind time to clear so I forget where I think it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't go very far away.
Well, yeah, we're supposed to go inside before.
That's why I said after this, you go hide it somewhere and then I come. But
That's
that's okay.
fine.
This is good enough for right now. But when I find it really fast, we can do it again later.
Okay. Come on.
she's
Um,
coming.
I
She
think we
doesn't go
can.
inside the door. He'll push her.
Yeah, we see the two of you go into this temple, and in contrast to the Temple to Spring in the City of Blossoms, which is like very open air, I think the city to or the Temple to Winter is much more closed off. The door is like just a regular person-sized door, and then on the inside there are like fire pits, like troughs along the sides, and there's a lot of like brass decorative work along the walls, but on the far wall there is a brazier, like a dish, and behind that is a relief carving of a sleeping dragon. And I think we see Brunhilde start to tend to Lamb's scraped up knee, while Mule goes to make an offering of some kind. And what does that look like? What is the offering you're making?
All he's really got is coins. So,
Okay.
but he'll go and drop one coin and then kind of look back where Lamb is being tended and drop a second coin in.
Okay. And what are you wishing for?
I think most of the time he comes and he wishes upon instruction from the family for good health in the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Never quite seems to get it, but gotta keep trying. And he will wish for his new friend to get a red sweater.
Okay. And once you're all patched up, Lamb, and you've thoroughly explained your situation to Brunhilde and gotten her to finally believe you, she will give each of you a she'll give each of you like a little token, like or not a token, paper thingy with the calligraphy on it. There's
Sure.
a word for it, but
Yeah.
like a little blessing, basically, and sort of send you back to the festival to go to your pappies, and just sort of like, I expect you to go straight to your guardians, okay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have a happy Fuyu's flight.
Happy Fuyu's flight, priestess. He bows.
Thanks for fixing my knee.
And she's
Anytime.
like bending it and kicking around.
Careful.
It's fixed. It's healed.
Okay.
She thinks that if you put a band-aid over it, it's healed
Yeah.
underneath. Because when she takes it off, it's better, right? So
That's totally how that works.
This is just, you just charge down the stairs.
Yep.
Okay.
And I dive right for the coin.
Okay. Can you roll me a d6 plus a d4?
Oh, God.
This would be combined trying to find the coin and also keeping your footing.
Yeah, sure.
God help us.
I think I do this right.
Oh, no. Lamb, no.
So, I think
Welcome to my knees broken.
you see the coin where Mule stashed it off to the side of the stairs. And I think you maybe get a little too excited about having
so
found
excited.
it. And you just take a header into the statue of the humanoid figure, and you just like dive into it. You got the coin.
Are you okay?
I got it.
Why did you do that?
I was excited about it and I wanted to get it.
Let
would
me
just-
sit down. Let me see.
We hear this,
Do you
and
hear that?
a crack starts to run up the sculpture.
She's oblivious.
Oh,
Did you hear something?
no. Broke it.
Broke what? My head?
Statue.
The sculpture just crashes down behind you.
Grabs her and pulls her away.
And just
get
in
away from
time
me
as like
now.
the ice sword buries itself in the snow, where Lamb
That's a
is.
hazard. I told you we shouldn't be walking that.
Come on, let's get away from here before they realize we did that.
There's no way to know for sure that I did.
If we stay standing here, yeah, come on.
And you can
Just start dragging
Yeah.
her.
go running
Yeah.
back to the
For sure.
festival. You arrive sort of, I think, Mule, you're out of breath and back to your sneezing and coughing. And Lamb, you're invigorated. You've found a coin, you've defeated an ice sculpture, and you've struck your head. What else could go well today?
And I look like a sheep.
Yeah.
She headbutted
in my
the
element.
statue like any good sheep would.
And I think So as you arrive, things are starting to settle down a little bit. It's getting on in the day, and there's only a little bit of the festival left. What do you want to do in the last bit of time?
Are you hungry?
Yes, pretty much always.
Well, come on, let's go get something to eat. It's been a long time since breakfast.
I can use my money.
Huh?
I bet
What
I
do
could
you like?
buy. Well, we have a lot of porridge, so not that.
There are no porridge stands here.
Oh, I can't wait to get that good porridge stand.
Yeah, festival porridge.
Oh God.
Nothing about that sounds good.
There's
I want
maybe
a
like a
festival
rice
with
pudding.
porridge now.
I want a porridge festival. Why don't we have that?
Next town.
Oh
Next
God.
town.
Oh no.
What have
Yep.
I done?
Gotta get there in time for the porridge festival.
I'll eat pretty much anything. I'm not picky at all, as long as it doesn't have eyeballs that are looking at me.
Ew, no.
Butts are fine, just not the head.
Ew.
Yeah, what kind of food do they eat here?
There's all
I never
sorts of
thought about
stuff.
that.
Like,
There's tons of stuff.
there's certainly a lot of sweet food, but I think there's also a lot of like savory foods. Maybe there's probably some like
Curry.
little meat pies.
What this child
some
needs
curry.
is sugar.
Let's go get bread bowls with like really yummy stew in them.
Yeah, there's like a rich potato,
Curry.
carrot, and beef stew. And the person in charge of the stall will like laugh and give you, they're like these little like buns that they've hollowed out, like kid-sized bread bowls.
Yeah, we got the kids' meals.
I give her my coin.
She's very impressed that you earned this money all by yourself.
Yes.
And she'll give you like an extra little, like, she'll give you some cheese on top. For being such a responsible young lady.
Meal will give his coin over as well.
And she'll give you the same, like, here you go.
Thank you.
And I think as you walk around and things sort of ebb, there's you find yourself standing in front of one of those. It's like some kind of strength competition. I think it's like it's a log splitting challenge. But like no one's got an axe. It's just like they've got a log with a spike basically in it, and then you get a hammer that you can hit it with to split the logs. But what catches your eye, Lamb, is that the reward for splitting enough logs is a large stuffed sheep that's like bigger than you are.
I'm gonna have to take a detour to split logs.
What?
Look at that.
Huh?
The competition. If I do it good enough, that I get the sheep.
Well, you're really strong. You should go do it.
I'm gonna do it, and I bet you because people will let me win.
Really smart.
Oh my god, devious little lamb.
She's really, really intelligent and devious as a child. What happened?
Yeah, she'll go up to whoever looks the most in charge and be like,
Can I be in this competition?
And I think there's this like burly carpenter who's in charge of this, and he looks down, you know, of course, little lady, here, and he hands you like this tiny hammer, like kid-sized mallet.
Can I have a bigger one?
Sure. And he like drags it over, and he's like being very careful not to like he's keeping his hands nearby so that you don't drop it on yourself.
She grabs it.
She's like,
Okay.
So is there like a time limit, or do I just keep going?
Yes, there is a time limit, and he points. He's got like a little turnover egg timer.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You got this.
He turns it over. Go ahead and roll 2d6.
Oh no.
You can take a +1 from concentrating if you would like.
Yes. Oh.
Pretty
6.
good. Pretty good. It's not fantastic. But I think you like lift this hammer and stagger back, and like we see you sink into the snow. And he's surprised as you lift this hammer over your head, and you just whomp down onto 1, 2, 3. You keep going. You have to get 10 in this time, and you're struggling, and you're like starting to feel the weight of this hammer that is clearly meant for much larger people. And as we see, I think, Mule sort of like next to the timer, and the last few sands are trickling through. We see Lamb raise the hammer, swing it down, and the last grain of sand falls. We see Lamb huffing and puffing over this stack of split logs, and the carpenter just sort of like raises both of his eyebrows.
Did I do enough?
That?
Can I have the sheep?
And he like, we see him look over at a 10th log, and he just sort of looks at you, and then looks at Mule. What is he seeing from the two of you?
Mule counted them.
Plus.
She did
And
it.
He'll cough and like step on the 10th log, and just grab the sheep and hand it down to you.
Oh my gosh.
Have a happy Fuyu's flight, both of you.
Thank you so much. I did it.
Thank you. You're really strong. She's really strong.
And
Can
at
I
this point,
can I interject for a sec?
mm-hmm.
So there's a big lady with big hair who steps out, and she looks down at little Lamb and goes,
Yes.
"You have pretty good form, kid." And also, her face is painted as a bear.
Yes. But we see this
and then
like enormous
this-
hammer on her back.
she's got this huge hammer slung around her back. She looks at the two kids and goes, "Looks like we're all dangerous beasts, eh?" Arr. And then she just gives Lamb like a pat on the shoulder and walks away.
And as that happens, Mule, you hear two familiar voices as Inga and Asa, you have found your younger brother.
Isa's just been like, Fuyu's flight, aid the peasants' plight,
It's like-
give them lots of gifts so they can have a pleasant night. Mule!
Oh,
Oh,
no. Inga's just like complete worry. Where have you been?
well, I was at the
With me.
And what is on? And who are you?
What's on your face?
I'm a sheep. You can't tell by looking at me.
I can see that. Yes.
sorry.
No, why isn't your coat on?
You're going to catch pneumonia.
I'm fine.
See, you've already caught it. Here.
Like
Spare coat.
Giddy
Yeah.
Giddy comes bounding over into Lamb's arms. And like we see the
You've been
two
replaced.
pappies.
You're too late.
He looks up at you with like the big, huge, watery anime eyes.
You've got this big sheep.
Yeah.
As like the two pappies come hobbling over.
I was trying to help her find her jeep.
Here he is.
Lamb.
Hi. I've been looking all over the place, guys.
We've been looking all over the place for you, Lamb.
Are you wearing your glasses?
Oh, well, they kept fogging up because it's so cold out here. I had to take them off to see anything. Which isn't much of anything, but it's better than nothing.
We just
Well,
see
you
like
tell
a back and forth of like glasses on, everything's blurry. Glasses off, everything's blurry. It's like literally no change.
No difference.
Story of my life.
God. The feeling is real.
Yeah.
Lamb, are you done messing around?
No.
Where'd you get that extra sheep? Is he from our flock? Did you steal someone else's sheep?
No, I won it in a log splitting.
Well, you better add it to the herd.
It can't walk on its own, Pappy.
Is it a crippled sheep? Why would you win a crippled
It's
sheep?
a stuffed animal.
And she's like flinging it around.
Oh, it is.
She's like hitting him with it a little bit.
Bonk.
Oh,
Just
well,
fucking
that's
decks the pappy.
fine. Oh, well, it is a stuffed animal sheep. I see.
He says from like
Sit on the
upside
pillow.
down in a snowdrift. Like
Yeah.
you've got your fists on your hip, your feet sticking out in the air, and like, oh, I see.
Oh, I see. I get see now.
That explains
Well,
it.
that sounds awful nice there. Congratulations, Leo. We're very proud of you.
And
Yeah, I did.
I earned money today, and I spent it.
What?
Where did you get money from?
And she
you
just
already
points at Mule.
He gave it to me, and then he hid it, so I had to find it. So I
Is that
earned
a
it.
lion?
Yes.
Rawr!
Yes.
Rawr!
She helped me today, so I paid her because that's what you do.
Well, that is how jobs work.
I'm hired help.
How do Inga and Asa react to this?
That's very kind of you.
I suppose if she performed a service and you paid her for it, I mean, that's financially
She did.
responsible, I suppose.
I helped him escape his coat. It was strangling him to death.
You. We just see like we see
Fire!
Asa goes.
It's like blue flames.
Yeah, it's just you're backlit by fire. You're entirely dark except for like two red eyes.
Oh.
I asked her to. I couldn't move. I kept falling over.
That's so
There was
sweet
too
of you.
many. It was too many coats. Also,
And Inga,
are there any presents left?
Inga
Tell
looks
me.
and
She's
She's got, like-
gotten one yet.
oh, you haven't got one yet. And she pulls out like two tiny looking ones and starts like looking through her coat. Like none of them look like they're sweater sized.
Mhm.
She's like, you've got these two small ones.
Where are
Asa?
Where are the sweater boxes?
I think
Spiders?
Asa has like one left.
Happy holidays. And she like holds the box for a second as like Lamb tries to take it.
This is like the saltiest retail
Happy
worker.
holidays, spirit too.
And she's like rubbing it and kind of shaking it. She's like,
I can't tell if it sounds red, but I probably should open it and find out. Prepare to be disappointed.
she's like opening it up.
I think we see you open the box. I don't think we see what's in it because I don't know if Lamb actually remembers if it was a red sweater or not. And so we see you open the box, and then we fade to present day, and we see Lamb and Mule as you both remember and recount this moment at the same time around the fire at Kulangan. What do you do? Or what do you say, I suppose?
I think Lamb just starts laughing. She's like tickled by this. So funny.
Wow.
You are so small.
I was small.
Yes.
You practically got buried in the snow every time you moved.
That is not true. I took out an entire ice sculpture head.
With your head, because you're hard-headed.
And bigger than you were.
Well,
I mean, you got
He's like,
taller than
well,
me.
I
You
was
can't be
bundled in like
disappointed.
8 layers. So.
well, that's weird.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I mean, it's not totally impossible if we did grow up in the same city.
I mean, we probably saw each other a lot more than just that.
Yeah, maybe.
You would think that you would remember my hair.
I mean, I don't even know if I thought it was actually your hair at the time. I think I thought you were wearing like a hood or something.
You thought it was a hood?
Like a bad hat. I don't know.
A bad
Danjon's like on the other side of the fire, just like falling over laughing.
Yeah, it's kind of just nodding. Like I can't see it.
Wait, does it still look like a bad hat?
No, it's long.
No!
But
You guys are required by law to tell me.
I wouldn't cut it short. It might look like a bad hat then. Right now it's like long enough you can tell it's hair. I'm being honest. Am I not? Do you want me to be
It's
honest?
nice. I really like your hair.
I mean, it's nice.
It looks
Yes.
fine. It's nice.
Okay.
Just don't
Sorry.
cut it.
I'm not gonna cut it anytime soon. I
Then
don't
you
even
look
know
great.
how I would. With a big sword knife?
No.
No,
I mean,
That's
yes.
What? No.
Yeah.
hero.
If you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
You go
Mm-mm.
get someone who knows what they're doing when you have.
You don't have
cut
to know what
hair.
you're doing to cut hair.
And I think as you say that, Kiro, we zoom in on the fire once more, and we pull out of another fire in a small rustic home, and we see a small child with pink hair, which, if I remember correctly, is like up in two big pom
It's
poms.
like two
basically.
pigtails. On the
Yeah. Running, holding a pair of scissors, and we see another small child whose hair has just been absolutely ruined. And Danjon, how are you reacting to your home haircut that you just got from your sister?
I don't think he's seen it yet, and he comes running out of like whatever room they were both in, like doing this like special haircut. His eyes are all like glitter. He's like, "Mom, my hair!" And he's super excited about it. Look, and he like points at it.
I'm not done yet.
we see your mother over the stove. It's early in the morning, I think. She's like just finishing up breakfast. And sitting around the table is your father, your Uncle Finn, and your grandmother. And as we see all of them look at you and like different expressions cross their faces depending on their dispositions, we're gonna cut to our second break. And when we return, as we see the text, Star Isle 9 years ago, when we come back in a couple minutes, we're going to see what Fuyu's flight looks like in the Summerlands. See you soon. Welcome back to Ryuutama Sayo, aka Travel. As we come back in, Uncle Finn, how do you feel about Kiro's craftsmanship with her brother's hair?
Like, he probably like claps her on the back. It was like, job well done.
Thanks.
You gotta get those skills in sooner rather than later. I mean, who has time to go get a haircut?
And
His hair probably looks very similar to Danjon's hair.
yeah,
at this
the
moment.
difference being, I think that Finn just does his own.
Yeah, there's like long bits in the back where he like misses them
Does he have
every
a mullet?
time.
Oh God. Does
Probably
he?
a little bit. It's like the top half kind of mullety, but it like is short at the neck, you know?
Oh my god.
Kill
Gran,
It's just real uneven.
Perfect.
You can't see back there.
Gran, your
Here's who is she?
your son is encouraging this sort of delinquency. How do you feel?
Finn, dear, you should stop talking. Kiro, what did you do to your brother?
She gave me a holiday haircut this year. It said it, Mom. It's great.
No, Danjin, come here.
Looks
Okay.
awesome.
Kiro,
Thank
great
you.
job.
Your father just starts laughing his ass off until your mom gives him a look. He's like, Kiro, look, you can't just take the scissors to your brother's hair like that. It's
Why not?
Yes, you can.
well, I should really get going. I got a lot of fish to catch. So love you, dear. Like kisses your mom on the cheek, and she's just sort of like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Cheerio.
There goes my very brave son, always running away.
Mom, come on. Because it's just like, come on.
Get him, ma'am.
Yeah.
Go on, go and catch your fish.
All right. He heads out.
Yeah, like Uncle Finn did. Right, Uncle Finn?
That's right.
Kira, are you
Please
gonna
tell
go
us.
fishing one day?
Obviously.
Of course she is.
Danjin, come here. We're going to fix your hair.
Wait, what's wrong with it?
Everything.
It looks great.
What? Everything.
Mom, how come you never offer to cut my hair?
Sometimes
I'll
you
cut your
have to
hair,
let
Uncle
the...
Finn.
You could just get
You-
the back.
You
Okay.
should absolutely practice on Uncle Finn, Kira. That's a great idea.
I think your mother
She'll
comes.
start fixing Danjin's haircut.
Yeah.
Your mother puts a plate of pancakes in front of each of the places at the table, and she looks at you, Uncle Finn, and is like, I think she doesn't give you a haircut because she gives you plenty else in the meantime. Enjoy your pancakes.
Thanks, sis.
There you go. That's mostly better.
Yeah,
Get
I
as much
think
damage control as I could.
Danjin is like pretty close to just having like a
buzz cut.
fully shaved head.
Yeah. Oh,
Except maybe like a
He has
stripe.
like a little bit of curls like right down the front.
right at the front. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels really breezy all of a sudden.
It'll grow back. It's fine. You're young.
Thanks,
Don't
Graham.
ever let Kiro near your hair again with anything sharp.
Kira, what did you do to my hair?
It was beautiful.
I didn't even see it.
You would have loved it.
That's
I don't even know.
Marvelous.
That's for the best, DJ.
Your reactions were so mixed from everyone.
I thought it looked great.
Well, thanks,
That's
Uncle
why
Finn.
we all know you don't have any taste, Finn, dear.
I've got plenty of taste.
Yeah, are you gonna eat all are you gonna eat all those pancakes?
No, why don't you go ahead and
I
call
was
yourself?
planned.
They're already gone. Your mother stands up. Well, I should really get to work. Gran, could you please watch them?
Of course. I know you wouldn't want to leave them alone.
Yes.
Excuse me?
And as they're arguing,
Specifically.
Danjin is already grabbing Kiro and like pulling her away from the table.
Yeah, I've got like my hands
Come
on
with
my hips
me.
and like one finger, but like my mouth's full of pancakes, so I can't say anything. I'm just like. As
And he, like,
she's
grabs
dragging
her.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you going to?
Outside, just outside our little like cottage that we live in.
Okay, so we see you step outside into the bright tropical air of Star Isle. We see this beautiful, like, fine sand beach just like a couple meters away from your front door. These perfect blue, like, so clear you can see down to the bottom ocean, with like coral reef just a little ways off. And I think down by the shore a little ways there are a couple other kids that are like just starting to build some sand castles. But it's a little, I don't want to say it's chilly. It's not hot, right?
It's like Florida. There's hot and less hot.
Yeah, it's like
about right.
It's a cool day in Hawaii if you've ever been to Hawaii. It's like, it's not hot, but it's not exactly cold either. It just is. And I think it's out of season for coconuts. So we see all these palm trees, but they're bare except for like the few leaves that they have left. What do you do?
Hero. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Mom always makes us go to bed really early on Fuyu's
I
flight.
know. Yeah.
We're not going to bed tonight, and we're gonna see Kahuna, okay?
We're staying up all night.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sneak out though.
Okay.
So you can't blab like you always do.
I don't talk. You're the one who blabs everything.
No, you're getting it all confused. You're the blabby one.
No,
So,
you're the blabby one.
No, you're the blabby one.
I think we
Okay,
get,
we're not having
like,
this conversation right now.
We see a wooden peg dramatically like cross our field of view and like slam into the sand. There's like a puff of sand. We get a dramatic chord from our music, and we hear like, "Kahuna, eh?" And we just see Finn standing over the two of you.
What? I didn't say Kahuna. Shh, don't blab to him. You always tell blab to him.
I wasn't. I just said
Don't
hi,
blab to
Uncle
me
Finn.
about what?
Hi, Uncle Finn.
Nothing. Hi.
Got a secret?
I don't know.
I can keep a secret.
Can you keep a secret?
I absolutely
Uncle
can
Finn and
keep
I have a
secret.
lot of secrets.
That's true.
Danshin's just staring him down. I feel like they have staring contests regularly.
Yeah.
Okay, Danshin, could you roll a d6 and a d4?
Sure. 1d4.
A 7, that's pretty good. Okay, so Finn, I don't think you're intimidated by Danshin, especially not with his little like curl.
Right
Yeah.
on.
But maybe impressed. Like you haven't seen this sort of backbone in little DJ before.
All right,
We're
so
not
spill the
telling
beans.
you.
Uh,
We're not telling you.
But that just means I'm gonna have to drag your mom into this,
Wait.
Fran, and
Oh. I can't lie. We're gonna sneak out and see the big kahuna tonight. Don't tell anyone.
well, you can't go out there by yourselves.
You want to come with us?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Great.
I mean, it's better that I'm with you. That way, if something were to happen, there's
Yeah.
at least someone capable on the scene.
I think this is the point where Gran just leans out the window,
Right.
having heard all
Yes,
of
we-
this.
Yeah. Guess we better find someone capable then.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Graham. Were you listening that whole time?
My ears aren't that bad yet, dear.
And he like
Yes, I
whispers
heard
to
everything.
The key
he
word.
whispers to Kira, and he's like, "She's so spooky."
I think Gran, you heard that.
All
The
right.
key words yet.
I-
We just gotta keep drawing until she gives.
You know.
But if you want to stay up late tonight, I don't see any reason why you're not. We don't have to tell your mother or your father. We're going to be busy with the festivities anyway.
We should hide pillows under our blankets.
You
I
don't
don't
need to go
think that's
to...
necessary.
No.
That was the master plan. And like, Danjin had like a piece of paper with the master plan written down. It was like pillows
I mean,
under
DJ,
blankets.
DJ, if that's gonna make you happy, scurry off and get it done.
Well, not now. Later tonight.
Yes, of course. if you-
We're the ones that would be checking on you. You know that, right?
Just let me do it.
All right.
Okay.
We can play along, I suppose, and we never saw anything we never suspected. But we're going to be watching you out there in the middle of the night. You can't go out on your own.
Especially if you're going after the big kahuna.
Okay. So, what do we do in the meantime?
You got plenty of time to kill.
Sharks! Plenty of time to kill sharks? Is that what the second word was gonna be?
No.
I mean, if they're old enough to stay up for the big kahuna, I mean, it might
I'm
be
double
the-
digits now. 10. You said I
Only
was 10?
just,
Take me down to go
Kiro.
shark punching.
You are much too young to go doing anything with a shark at this point.
I went shark hunting when I was like 7, Mom.
Yes, when I didn't allow you to, and look what's happened. You're missing your leg.
That didn't happen when he was 7, though.
That's true.
That's because he went out so young. He got cocky by the time he was actually old enough to do it.
I mean, I feel like I
It's like
proved
10
myself,
is like 2
but okay.
fistfuls. That's 2 shark punching fists of fury.
No, Kiro. No.
See?
How about try something smaller to start
Yes.
out?
You could start in the tide pools.
Like a smaller shark.
I think at this point we cut to a serene scene under the water. We see this beautiful multicolored coral, and we see a fish. This like striped purple and blue fish with big old bug eyes that's swimming around. It's this peaceful music, and it turns toward our camera, gives like a bloop or two, and then turns away, and then we just hear this like crash, and we see like little Kiro's fist hit this poor fish, and we cut out, and there's like this jet of water like
So
4
violent.
or 5 feet high with this fish on top of it. And it's like a good 30 minutes later, and
Ready.
I think
Training montage.
Finn is out in the water with you, coaching you on like beating the crap out of fish, and DJ and Gran are back on the shore. What are the two of you up to?
I think Gran has cast like a lightning bug net to keep the bugs off.
Nice.
Okay.
And is like just kind of sitting in a nice chair that she's brought with her and is just watching the kids.
Danjin was really psyched at first to like cheer Kiro on, but slowly loses steam and starts getting bored.
As like we just see in the background of the two of your shot, like just fish.
Yeah.
Training. Ready.
Graham, I was thinking,
Yes?
I really want to just give me a second to tell you before you dismiss my plan.
Of
I know
course,
everyone
go
does
on.
this, but just give me
Go
a
on.
second to formulate my thought.
Of
So-
course.
What I was thinking was, I really want to give Kiro something this year. And I
Oh.
started making this, and he like pulls out like a bundle of sticks. It's supposed to look like an octopus, because I know she likes them, but I don't think I did it very well.
Well,
And it's like the saddest, like awkwardest look. It has like
Yeah.
this like derpy face. on it.
well, you're off to a start. I think we can work on this. You have a good idea, so
I think maybe it should be softer, which might mean I have
Yes.
to start from scratch or something.
yes, that
sticks are not going to be very good. You want something that she can hold, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Come here, and we'll work on some things.
Okay.
So she'll start to help him.
The two of you can, I think, leave your punchier relatives to punch things,
Okay.
and head more into town to retrieve some materials. Kiro, you see the two of them head off, and I think you take note of the fact that they're going off to do their thing. How do you react to that?
I cut out for a second. I heard the two of them walk off, and
Yes. You see the two of them head out, and take note of it. How do you react to them going off to do their thing?
All alone with Uncle Finn. This happens so rarely. It's almost like being unsupervised, but with someone way cooler than unsupervision.
Oh god.
All right, Finn, your stick in the mud ma, and your stick in the mud nephew are both heading off to be sticks in the mud. But your badass niece is here. What are the two of you going to be up to?
I'm definitely sneaking her to the shallows to go freaking look at sharks.
Okay. So I think...
All right, Kiro.
All right.
It's just you and me here.
Yeah.
We're going to have another secret. If you want to go look at sharks,
Yes.
then I think that maybe we could make that happen.
You're my favorite, Uncle Finn.
You cannot tell on me. Your mother will never let me take you anywhere ever again.
Swear.
Absolutely. They'll take her out to where, like, it's because the sun's obviously, like, set at this point, or
Well,
is setting.
It's during the day, so the sun is high up in the sky, and you can actually, as we look out onto the ocean, we just see this fleet of sailboats dotting the near horizon, as there are just pretty much like half the town is out on the ocean right now fishing. And
there's probably like a few like shark coves, like with like smaller sharks where they come to get like the that Finn would take her to.
like, here's the leopard shark cove.
I think as you make your way to somewhere where you know there are often sharks, I think you've got a story about like one of your earliest memories going out on the water with your dad, Finn. What was that time like, and why is it important that you share this with Kiro?
Yeah. So Kiro.
Yeah.
You know how we taught you to swim when you were real little, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Right in the water.
when I was a little bit younger than you, I went out with my dad. And we went out, into one of these coves where we knew some smaller sharks would be, or at least we hoped. And we went out a little bit further than I was used to. And I got caught in a riptide. Do you know what a riptide is?
Yeah. It's the thing, and it just sucks you under the waves.
That's right. And so I got carried out, and I was, being pulled underwater away from the shore for quite a while. And, I remembered what my dad had told me, that you have to swim parallel to the shore. You got it. But what's important here is that I wasn't by myself. And so even though I got, ripped out away from the shore, I had my dad with me, and he swam out and he got me. If I had been by myself, I could have been for hours. I could have gotten exhausted, and I could have drowned. I mean, I'm a great swimmer, so there's really no telling, but the chances are there. So whenever you go out hunting, you need to make sure at least me or your dad, or even if you took DJ, that somebody's out there with you.
Okay.
All right?
Mhm.
So, I know that hunting sharks is exciting, but you can't go it alone, even if somebody's just sitting on shore watching you. It's good to have somebody who knows where you
would have to do. I don't think.
I don't think he would come
There's a
out with
cutaway,
you,
and
but-
it's like it's Kiro like struggling in the water, and Danjon's like distracted by a shiny shell.
I think we actually cut to the end of this same story from Gran talking about how Finn learned his irresponsibility from his similarly irresponsible father. Bless his poor departed soul.
Yep. Well, and he just takes after his father, for better or worse. He's lived
I
a
think
bit longer, at least.
He's fun though.
Oh, yes, of course, he's the most fun when you bring him to a party or
Mm-hmm.
a fish fry or what have you. But you have to be a little more careful, a little more observant and respectful of the world.
Mm-hmm. He taught me how to do this, and Danjon just like swipes a hand out and like grabs a little scarf off someone's belt as they walk
Slap.
by. Oh, I was gonna give it back.
You don't do that.
Here, sir.
Oh, thank you. I didn't
You
notice I
dropped it.
That's tousles what's left of your hair. That's very kind of you.
Such
Here,
a polite boy.
he'll hand you a coin for your trouble.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh no. If you were doing that out of the goodness of your heart, you don't get paid. Give it back.
Mm,
Give it back.
I can't do a
Yeah.
staring contest with you. Okay.
Imagine.
You're just like, I can't take this because I'm a good person. And he gives it back to him.
There, you see? You've done a good deed.
It's a very, very kind young man you have there. He'll like
Well, we
nod.
try to raise him right. He
Yeah.
gives him a ruffle on the head and kind of like grabs his head.
There's like just a little bit extra grip. Yep. Ow. hmm Okay, have a good day, sir.
you too.
Watch that handkerchief.
And he goes back to
Brings him in for a hug and just very quietly says, "Never do that again."
I won't around you, okay?
So as you go properly into the town here, I think we see a lot of artisans of various crafts working outside their houses and like talking to each other, like yelling across the street and just like trading conversation and tips and oh my god, Lynn.
Yes. So good.
and gossip and like generally there's a certain amount of like of not like talking behind the backs of the people who are out fishing so much as like, I mean, there's a little bit of that. There's a little of like haha, this person who's out like catching fish, they did this silly embarrassing thing recently. But there's also a lot of like, hey, what is this person like what's this person's favorite color, and like the chain of back and forth communication through these people. What are you looking for in particular, Danjon?
Lindy, was it like pink or purple? Did we talk about the
I
color
think
of
it
it?
was like a yellow octopus because that's like our
Okay.
shared color. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my favorite color is yellow, and since Kiro copies everything that I do, her favorite color is yellow too, so I think we should be looking for like a really nice sunny yellow color. What do you think?
Seems reasonable to me. She'll holler at one of the people. Excuse us.
Yes, Gran.
Yes, my grandson here has a request.
I'm looking for something yellow, but like a specific yellow, like a goldeny color. Not too greenish yellow, but also not too orangey, like right in the middle.
He'll pick
You got
up
something like that?
a banana. Will this do?
Well, no, a fabric, not a banana.
Oh.
Yes, we're
I
trying
see,
to make a doll.
An
well,
octopus.
that's okay. Yes, I think, and he'll like go into the house and start like you hear rummaging around, and Danjin, I think you get a little distracted because you can see a crab. See a crab that's like a couple inches across. That's just like making its way across the front of the house, like at the baseboard of the house.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like it's because they walk sideways. It looks like it's staring straight at you.
It's
As
looking into my soul.
And
Hello.
it just sort of turns around the corner of the house.
Oh. And yeah, then he's off running after it. Come back, crab.
And we see you lose your grandson as he just like charges off. And this fellow comes out of the house with some yellow fabric. He's like, "Will this?"
Hold it for us if you would. I need to go see where he got off to. He has a tendency to wander. We'll be back.
And we cut to Kiro and Finn. You have made your way to the cliffs, and there's like crashing ocean that is like crashing against these definitely dangerous cliffs. But you know, in these waters there be sharks.
Yeah. Little ones, but yeah.
Yeah. So we see you like standing at the top of this ominous cliff, and what's the sort of like safety checklist that you're running through with Finn, Kiro? What's your like proving that you know enough to hop it, like just jump into this water?
All right. First, you have to check for rocks, and then after you check for rocks, you also want to make sure that you can't see the bottom, because if you see the shore, you shouldn't jump. Next, you want to make sure that there's no boats underneath you when you jump, because you told me about that one time you did. Third, always have something sharp on you. So I brought this.
Yeah, that'll do.
So you can punch the sharks with it, and then
You need to make sure that's secured because you don't want to.
yeah, I got a thing, and I'm gonna tie it to my belt.
Straight up, like it's a
Nice.
knife the size of Kiro's head.
Yeah.
And it's
Which, of
secured
course-
to my belt, so if I get stuck in any ropes or nets or seaweeds, I can cut my way out.
That's
Finn-
right.
Finn sees no problem with any of this.
I don't see an issue. Yeah, he probably points out to her like where you can see the water breaking, like before
Mm-hmm.
cliffs. Show her like that's how you rocks, and like the boats are really good about having the lights, but obviously they're all way out because
Yeah.
not
Thinking
shark.
during the day.
Yeah, and he would probably pick a good spot for them to jump in, probably like a lower cliff,
Mm-hmm.
for the two of them to jump on in.
All right. Do you just push Kiro into the water?
No, he goes
that
first.
yours?
He's
Oh, okay.
okay. He is kind of a ding dong, but he cares about Kiro and doesn't want to die, so he's gonna go. Absolutely.
So we
And
see
that way, he's there when she lands.
we see Uncle Finn sit down on the edge of the cliff and like unscrew
You gotta change your leg.
the peg off of your leg.
I forgot
And
about my leg.
yep. This has
Ruined
been
the
an
fit
established detail about their uncle since like the first episode, chat.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
screws in this attachment that is shaped like a fin.
It's
hence
a
the
fin.
name. And
Probably
then
put a flipper on the other
Flipper.
foot.
Yeah. It's so you can
Yeah, you
paddle
got
in the
that.
water and swim
Yeah.
real good.
You
Yeah.
have like a palm
It's even
leaf
better now.
flipper
with it.
that you slip onto your good foot.
Yeah.
And then off into the water and Kiro after. Kiro, I would like you to roll a d6 and a d4 for me. We'll see how well you do with the water. Not great. So you dive into the water, and I think your form is good. It's just a little too good, and so you like hit the water, and you go an extra 10 feet down, and you just like sink deep into this water. And Finn, you were like, "All right, Kiro, just come," and then she just whoosh past you.
She'll pop back up.
So ready for this day.
And Kiro, you're down under the water, and like we hear the music fades away. We just see you down under the waves. We can like see the waves crashing up above you, but down here it's peaceful. And then we see something move in the dark. Something large. And the knife comes out. Are you going after it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we see Kiro like start kicking and like swimming through the water, this like trail of bubbles behind her. And then we cut to Uncle Finn, and your niece has not come back up.
That's fucking weird.
We hear him say that, and we cut to Danjin, who is following this crab, that has, I think, picked up a rock, and it's holding this rock over its head as it like moves across the like grass and sand. What are you doing, Danjin?
Danjin has decided to change tactics and not just outright chase it, but just slowly, casually walk towards it as if he's not walking towards the crab.
Okay.
He's just like, he's got one of his scarves and he's just like playing it with it. And he's like, yep, I'm just not paying attention to you. So, and as he gets somewhat closer to it, he then like tries to like jump at it.
Okay. Gran, you managed to catch up to your grandson as he jumps at this crab. And you leap for the crab, and you see its eyes go wide as it sees you, and it turns to stone. And the rock that it was carrying just plops down onto a second rock. There's just this stack of 2 round rocks.
Whoa.
Well, I see you found a little sprite.
A what?
A spirit of the island. Have you...
What does that mean?
Did I not tell you that story before?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, first things first, you should make sure you restack those stones.
Oh, okay. And then
Out of
he like,
respect.
sure. And he kind of like artfully tries to like place them in a way that he thinks is pleasant, and satisfied with himself, he's like, and gestures to them.
That should do. I think they'll be pleased. Now, what were you doing when this little one came up and found you?
I don't know, it was just giving me this like spooky knowing look, kind of like the one that you do sometimes. And I just wanted to like that one, yes. And I just wanted to say hello and catch it. It's like it wanted me to catch it.
It probably did. You noticed it. Not everybody sees them.
What do you mean? It's just a crab.
Well, no, it's a spirit.
Like a ghost?
And I think at this point
not quite.
the rock like stands up on little legs, and it's a little crab again.
Ghost rock. And he hides behind Graham.
And it sort of scuttles over toward the 2 of you, still holding this rock, and then it puts the rock down.
Well, hello. Are you enjoying the festivities?
and it'll like push the rock towards you and then scuttle backwards and then disappear.
It was a ghost.
It's given you a gift. You should keep that.
The rock?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And he like gingerly picks it. Like he stares at it first for a second. Like, should I touch this cursed rock? And then like gingerly picks it up.
When you pick it up and turn it over, it's small enough that I think you can hold it just with your pointer and your thumb. But the other side, there's an engraving of a fish.
Oh, there's something on it. Looks like a fish.
And it's a fish without a mouth and with these sort of streams coming off of it that I think is recognizable as like a symbol of kahuna.
Oh, well, that's very auspicious.
What? It's like it's sending us a message. Kahuna? Maybe we'll see it tonight.
Perhaps we shall.
Oh, I'm definitely
Spirits
keeping
seem
this.
to think so.
Thanks, ghosts. He says to like the spirits. I don't know the
Very
difference.
different
but...
from ghosts.
Okay, I believe you, I guess.
You keep that safe.
Okay, I will. And I'm gonna show Kiro. I met a ghost.
Be careful.
Okay.
We'll get you a little bag to keep that in, and you keep it on your person.
Okay.
Like you say, be careful, and we cut back to Kiro. And
Of course we do.
and actually, no, I think we cut back to Uncle Finn, who is like, you're maybe looking around like, Kiro? Hello, Kiro? You're some distance away now where the water has gotten a little calmer. And then, Finn, you see a shark. You see a shark rising through the water toward you at a fast pace, going directly toward you. What do you do?
I kick it in the face.
Okay. So you kick the shark and...
Right in the nose.
Flying out of the water from the force of your kick, we see Kiro holding onto this shark that she has already knocked out. This shark is entirely unconscious, and little Kiro attached to this shark flies out of the water.
Got the knife, that's how I'm holding on.
Oh god.
Wrapped around on the other side.
You just splash back into the water.
Starts popping.
Uncle Finn, I think I got him.
Yeah, I think you do got him. Come on, we'll drag him back to shore. And he'll like go over to help.
Now that we can see it, it's maybe like 2 to 3 feet long. And you drag it ashore. The sound of the waves setting a calming backdrop to the otherwise somewhat frenetic moment.
Kiro, we did not go looking for this shark.
No,
this shark found us where we were minding our own business.
Yeah, just taking a little
self-defense.
Swim,
It like wiggles pitifully. Oh my god.
It's a bit
barbaric.
I mean, overkill, but okay. You'll see. You don't want to ruin it entirely, just in case you want to keep the skin for.
That one, I was just punching it.
Yeah, just beating the crap out of it.
Yeah, and
I thought he was gonna get me for a second, and then I grabbed him, and then I think he jumped out of the water as like a last-ditch escape effort, but I overcame him.
Yeah, you did good. I'm proud of you. Come on, let's get this back. I'm sure we can figure out something. Ooh, we could cook it up.
But we should not. We should have Gran cook it up or DJ, because I'm not very good.
No, I'm not either. It always gets too rubbery when I cook it.
Okay.
No, it's definitely better that mom handles this.
Before we get back, because this is my first shark, can I get my first shark hunter tattoo now?
I think at this point we cut to that night, and we see Kiro and Danjon's mother, like just yelling Finn's ear off outside the house. And Kiro, you've got like this big red mark on.
No,
like...
it's just I've got the ones on my face, and
right.
then I've got the ones on my leg, and I've got like a couple on my arm. I think she'd want the face one, so everyone knows.
Okay, so you got like this big red.
So the little one on her face is what she got.
I like to imagine that Uncle Finn was like, yeah, you can get it, but somewhere nobody can see it, and then he stepped away for a moment while she was getting the tattoo.
My excuse is, I'll just make sure Mom never sees this side of my face.
And he came back and it was like the line was drawn. And he was like, I mean,
yeah, Mom.
They started it, they might as well finish it, you know?
Yeah. That's all like red and swollen, and like it's gonna take some time to heal. And we see.
I carry the shark back all by myself.
Good job.
I think the shark is like on the table next to you while Gran like inspects your face to make sure you're like okay. And somewhere back in another room, Danjon, you have like some stuffing and some sheets of fabric, and you are hard at work. And with that, we are going to go to our final break. When we return, we will see what the final celebrations of Fuyu's flight look like here on the Summer Isles. We will see what it is that Danjon manages to craft. And perhaps, if we're lucky, we will see Kahuna, the spirit fish. See you soon.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to episode 8 of Travel. We get a bit of a montage now. Or actually, no, I think we cut back to the present day, to Danjon and Kiro, as you talk about Kiro getting this first tattoo, after you went out and saw this spirit. Danjon, what are you two talking about?
Like we're in the tent?
Yeah, in Kulagan.
Oh yeah, I've got more tattoos now. So
yeah.
Wait a second, you went out? That's what you did that day?
What? Shh! You can't tell anyone.
Mom would have killed him.
Well, that's why we can't tell Mom.
Gran would have killed him. Gran really would have killed him.
That's why we can't tell Gran either.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how I got my first shark kill. That was pretty great.
That's so terrifying.
Right there. It was exhilarating. I never felt more alive up to that point.
Oh,
This is what living is like.
Knowing you, I believe it. That's amazing.
And you saw like your first spirit that day with Gran?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
I know you were talking like all about it, but I didn't really like believe you. Cause you were like, look at this rock with Big Kahuna on it, and like everyone's got things with Big Kahuna on it. Big Kahuna Day, but like.
No, it was definitely like a crab ghost thing.
Yeah, that's spooky.
Spirit. Yeah, it was really cool though. I was not afraid of it at all.
I'm glad neither of us were afraid of the things we faced that day.
I think we cut back to the like horrid sharp maw of this like tiny shark.
And Danjon's like,
look at it, Danjon!
Just our lucky day.
That's so gross.
Yeah,
it was swimming through the water, and I was like, la, 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 la. And it was like,
I like
Actually open its jaws.
Yeah. And I was like, not today, shark, and I punched it.
Oh yes, just like that, I imagine.
That's exactly how it happened.
Wow.
Seems Kahuna's bounty is coming early this year.
Yeah. Yep, Grandma.
Well,
And I'm
but
like,
it-
I'm making sure that this side of my face is the side that's the same. And I'm like,
What are you doing with your
Put-
face?
put it.
I'm just resting it because it was really
I mean,
draining.
she's already seen the tattoo at this point. Like, the cat is well out of the bag.
Okay.
So then I got this because
Yes, well, it's going to heal in a few days, hopefully.
I put the shark on the table, like, and then I put my hands on Danjin's shoulders, and I'm like, I'm a provider now, Danjin. You won't have to worry about going hungry.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
You see, your mother sort of like nods and like, well, at least there's that.
I guess we should get to the work of skinning this and getting it prepared for dinner.
eating it. I bet it's gonna taste so good.
Oh, I know what I can do. I can provide music while we cook. I'm sure it will taste really good. And he like finds Dad's ukulele and he knows like
Mhm.
2 chords. And he starts playing. Thunk, 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 thunk. It sounds terrible. But he's sort of been practicing for a little while. How should it go? Something about tasting good. Taste. Good. It tastes
Tasty,
really
tasty.
good. Taste.
Tasty food.
Tastes good. Tastes
What?
good. Oh, that sounds good. Tastes good. Tastes
Sounds
good. Hey,
good.
you're
said
really
sounds-
gonna taste good. What do you think, Uncle Finn? Tastes good.
Oh, it's
Tastes
really
good.
gonna taste good.
Yeah.
um,
Yes. Well,
You know, I don't know if it tasting it is worth it.
at this point, we get a bit of a montage as
I
the
learned how to
boats.
skin my first shark.
Yeah, we see Kiro dealing with this shark, but we also see like the boats come in from the ocean, and like all of the artisans from the island go and meet the boats as they come in, and there's this exchange that happens between the artisans, the craftspeople, and the fisher people, as they trade, like the fisher people trade their fish that they caught over the course of the day. There are a couple young fisher people that are like all disappointed that they didn't catch Kahuna while they were out there. But the majority of these people are like families meeting each other and trading the fish, but also the craftspeople trading the stuff that we saw them working on in the middle of town earlier in the day. And then everybody comes in from the shore, sort of to the center of town, and begins setting up like grills and tables, and they start just this enormous town-wide fish fry. And I think it's at this point we see Uncle Finn, who's come out with like this ratty, like moth-bitten jacket and a sash with a bunch of like patches on it. And
I think it would be cooler if he had like a shark skin jacket that the patches were just kind of like
Yeah.
Okay.
on.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
does he pop the collar on it too?
Obviously.
Yep.
It's definitely, the collar is definitely torn on one end. So yeah, it's popped as much as it can be.
Oh, poor
Yes.
spirits. Finn, are you breaking that thing out?
I look
again?
real freaking cool.
Yeah, you like
Flexed and cool.
you swear, and like immediately the kid's mom just like glares at you with daggers.
I said freaking. You misheard me.
No, we didn't. We heard what you said.
Put my hand over tension.
But we did. We did.
You realize that thing is going to fall apart one of these years. You break it out, right?
That's why I only break it out once a year.
I wish you'd at least let me try to stitch it.
But then it would like lose its cool vibe that I've really been cultivating throughout the years.
Moth-eaten and half destroyed is cool to you?
So cool.
Right, you don't think
No,
you don't think this looks good?
We see
Not
like
even
Kiro
least.
all like huge sparkly eyes.
Uncle Finn,
Someday
you
she's
should
going
make
to
her
grow
day.
up and realize you're not that cool.
Uncle Finn, you should make Hero's Day and tell us all about the patches again this year.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
every year.
He's got so many patches, and like a lot of them are probably, I don't know if he knows this, but his mom probably made some of them specifically for him for when he was little.
Yeah.
And he's like,
definitely.
and this is the like, you know, he goes into it.
Yeah.
But I think he eventually pulls one of the patches like off of his shoulder, and he walks over to Kira and he's like, all right, this was the patch that I got when I killed my first shark, and now it's yours. And he hands it over to her. And it's like old and like super, super worn out, and like the colors are all faded, but you can still kind of tell that it has like a little shark with like X's over its eyes. Yeah. Like blood.
Yeah.
How violent.
Family show.
Well, we are. This
That's
is a
just the-
family.
That's just the ketchup that we put on later when we ate it. That's not blood. So you're gonna have to. We'll get you your own jacket or something like that. But you gotta take good care of that.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations, Kiro. You are officially a provider.
Yeah, keep up the good work, I guess.
I will.
And I think dinner rolls around, and everybody like I think it's less of a sit down at a table and eat together, and more of a grab a plate, put some food on it, and mill about kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But eventually, like the two of you being the kids that you are, finish your food way before any of the adults.
I walk around to some of them afterwards, like, you gonna finish that?
Yeah. And I think you're pestering your parents. And so they'll sort of be like, Danjin, don't you have something to give to your sister back at the house?
Oh,
Why don't the two of you walk home and get that?
yeah, let's play sharks. You can be the hunter. I'll be the shark.
Yes! Okay!
And then Danjin
10
just like
second
runs off.
head start.
Okay. But don't actually kill me, because that's not the point of the game. And then he just starts running.
We like Danjin runs off. We see Kiro count down, and then when she reaches 0, we just see like this star in one eye.
Can we roll to see if she actually catches me?
Yes, so this
Yeah.
will be D6, D4 for Danjin, and D6, D6, I think, for Kiro.
I mean, Danjin's pretty dexterous.
Okay, a 5
Oops,
from
I didn't do
Kiro.
roll. Sorry, 1 second.
Ooh, okay,
So
so
close.
Oh, just barely.
I think
Imagine it's like at the house,
Yeah.
and he's just at the door, but he's trying to get the door, and I just through the door.
Yeah.
Tackle him through the door.
the door swings on its hinges, smacks into the wall, like
Yeah.
the bottom hinge breaks.
Wow,
Um,
that's like foretelling.
yeah, we get a cutaway back to Kulangan, and we just see like Lamb and Mule reacting to that. Like, how do you react to hearing about like little 10-year-old Kira busting this door?
Did you get a badge for busting down your first door?
I did actually.
They give out badges
Did
for
actually.
that?
Yeah, like Uncle Finn got one too, but he stopped. Like he hasn't done as much since he lost his leg, so he gave me his old one.
Do you still have them?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking because I want to see it, obviously.
Oh well, they're at home right now because I didn't know like what kind of trouble Danjin would get into on
Right.
that, so I didn't want to like take
Just in
them out.
case.
They're very
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
No, I get it.
But you know, when we go visit the Summerlands, like the islands, I'll show you them there.
Is
Real nice.
everything in the Summerland so violent?
Would they give me a badge if I
Yes.
killed a shark?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Lamb?
yeah. I could teach you how.
Remember that time I killed that deer?
I
That's all I'm
do.
saying.
I know. Punched it right to
I
death.
think this is a good idea.
You're like set for shark punching. It's just a little different in the water.
It's just the deer of the ocean.
What?
But with
That's-
more teeth and less legs.
Deer have teeth.
I mean, like, but sharks
Well-
have more
Shark
teeth.
Sharks also have teeth that can tear your flesh.
That deer was coming at us hard.
I mean,
Is
no
all
one's going to
I'm
debate
saying.
that.
No, that's not wrong.
I think we see all four of you get like the sweat drop, like the,
Yeah.
True though.
Yeah, she
And-
breaks doors a lot, and
That's
So it's just a thing you do, huh?
can't help it. They're in my way sometimes.
I like it. It gives people a really strong first impression of you.
It-
Like I was
yeah.
like, oh, I want to be
Oh.
friends with her
Thank
when
you.
you busted in the door.
Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
wasn't my
Sometimes you
first
just have to bust
impression.
in a door to like get what you want to get done. Just do it. Just
Yeah,
gotta
just do it. Yeah, you
Exactly.
gotta just do it.
I think we cut back to the past, and we see Kiro and Danjin go tumbling across the floor of their cottage. What do you do?
I got you.
Ow! Get off of me! Stop it! Stop! Get off! He's just like struggling and flailing.
All right.
Okay.
You want to build sandcastles now?
Wait,
Oh wait.
I have something for you. Yeah, for you. No,
is this a
he like
prank?
looks around. Who else is in here right now? It's for you.
Is this a prank?
I mean, no, not this time. Okay, just close your eyes. Close your eyes, please. Okay. And then Danjin like sneaks back to his bedroom
Mhm.
and pulls out this like weird, still weird, derpy looking golden octopus stuffy with a weird face, and like comes back into the room, and he like puts it right in Kiro's face and goes, okay, on the count of 3, you're gonna open your eyes.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Get
Surprise!
ready to like punch just in case it is a prick.
Yeah.
And I open my eyes and I'm like,
See this like
Look.
huge derp face right in front of you.
Yeah. I made him. For you!
I can't see him. It's in my face.
Sorry.
And I see it's like a little derpy octopus. I'm like,
It's an octopus.
Yeah, I figured because you're a fisher now and you caught a shark, you know, I should give you a craft like all the other fisher people.
like give him a big hug.
Oh, I didn't really want that, but okay, yep, thanks. Okay, you're really strong.
Thank you, Danjin. I'm gonna name him Mr. Squiggles.
Why are you gonna call him Mr. Squiggles?
Because he's got squiggly little arms.
Yeah, they're definitely not all the same size, right?
Nope.
And I think we get a brief
But I
cut.
carry Mr. Squiggles around with me all the rest of the day.
I think we get a brief cut to Kulangan, and we see Danjin be like, and then when I came out with like what I'd made was, and then Kira, do you cut him off?
I'll be
Yeah,
like-
so what I had made for her
Yeah,
was
was a cool thing. Yeah, that was cool.
A what? What cool
What
thing?
did you make?
Well, I made this super cute.
Thing. Yep.
What kind of thing?
And he like looks at Kiro. Just it was
It's fine. You can...
it was just a patch. It wasn't anything embarrassing at all. It was, I made her a special patch just
Has
for
anyone
her.
ever told you you're a terrible liar?
It wasn't embarrassing for her, for you.
What? What do you mean?
What kind of patch?
Oh gosh, I really am bad at
know.
lying.
You're fine. It was a stuffed animal. It was really cute.
Named Mr. Squiggles. She named it Mr. Squiggles.
That means that we both got stuffed animals at the same time.
That's kind of funny.
And I still have mine.
And Kiro still has hers.
It's like too late. She's like,
No. Yeah, we see the slow motion dive. And I think we cut back to the past. We get a slow motion dive of Kiro like into the sand at the beach. And the sun has gone down now. But there's a faint luminescence from the ocean still, as just a little ways off, some like maybe 10 meters away from the shore, there is a vast glittering bloom of jellyfish that have sort of surrounded the island as they go past. And so as the two of you get to the beach to build your sand castle, you see this shimmering carpet in the ocean.
I'm gonna tell Danjin to sit on the sand. All right, sit right here.
Okay. And he like sits, but then he like keeps scooching forward closer to like the water.
Get as close as you're gonna get, cause once I start working, you can't move.
Okay, I just look. Are you looking at that? He like points out
Looking
to the
at it.
water.
It's right there. Hey, sit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna build like a sandcastle wall around him.
This isn't going to work.
This is gonna work.
Okay,
Look.
but
I built you a castle.
it's really nice. I'm very proud of you for making a sandcastle, Kiro.
Yeah, it's to protect you.
From what?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were going to say myself.
Oh, that too. It's this way you can't get out and hurt yourself, and things can't get in and hurt you. And basically, this castle is me, and things have to get from me first before they get to you.
That's really nice and kind of sappy. Are you saying you care about me?
No.
You're trying to protect me?
I kick over one of the towers.
I kind of like that. Because I don't think I'd be very good at protecting myself, to be honest.
No.
You're not supposed to agree that quickly.
Okay, hold on. No.
I really appreciate it. Hey. And he, like, sticks out, like, his hand and, like, let's promise to look after each other, okay?
Okay. Even if you are adopted.
What? What do you mean I'm adopted?
I still care about you. We don't have to talk about it. Everything's fine.
No, what?
Look at the jellyfish, and I'll just sit right next to him inside the castle.
Danjin's like full of emotions. I mean,
She
And then
said
he,
too
like-
many nice things. She had.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
had
yeah. So Danjin like looks out at the jellyfish, and he's like, "They're so magical, Gran. oh, and then he like reaches into his like pocket and pulls out a rock,
Mm-hmm.
the rock from earlier in the day. You know,
Wow, it's a rock.
yeah, Gran told me that there's spirits on the island, and I met one today.
Right.
It was a crab, and it was walking, and it turned into a rock, and then another
And
rock fell on top
So
of it.
this is a crab.
No, this was the other rock that the crab was
Oh,
holding, and it was staring into
Yep.
my soul, and it wanted me to follow it. So I
Yep.
did, and then it
And you
turned
found
into
a
a rock,
rock.
and it left this rock for me.
Yeah. Just on the ground?
Yeah.
Like where you find rock?
No, it put it down for me. It was a
Oh.
gift. Graham
Uh-huh.
was there. You can ask Graham later.
Mhm. I'll forget. But it's okay. It's a nice
But
crab
look,
rock.
look. And he like shows you the other side of it. Look at this. Look at it.
Big kahuna on the rock.
Yeah, the spirits. It's a sign. We're gonna see Kahuna tonight.
Okay. Well, we are staying up late because Uncle Vinegar said.
Yeah.
Do we need to put those pillows under the blankets?
I really still want to sneak out.
Okay. We can't. I mean, we can.
Yeah. Do you think? And he like looks out at the jellyfish. Maybe they're spirits too. I just realized there's maybe so many spirits in this world, and I wasn't even aware.
I think they're jellyfish.
But they're glowing.
They do that.
But spirits do that too.
Right.
And then Danjin just kind of like, he's like, it's kind of like they're dancing, and he like starts sort of like dancing around.
Mm-hmm. I'll just sit there and I'll just hug Mr. Squiggles.
Maybe I
And-
can talk to them. Maybe the spirits like me now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can talk to the jellyfish, Danjin. Just don't do it in front of like the other kids.
Danjin's like already off in his own little world, like twirling around. Yeah. Oh, jellyfish. Hey there, spirits. Hi. Anyone out there?
And I think we cut ahead several hours, and you have snuck out, putting your pillows in your beds, and then like sneaking past.
I imagine Kira's like prefers a hammock, so it's just like a lump of pillows in the hammock
I think
with Mr. Squiggles' face sticking up on top. No, she'd take him with him because he's still new. But I just thought it'd be funny to see a dirt face.
Yeah.
I think
She'll take him with
Uncle Finn has like thoroughly passed out, next to the fire in the main room, and Gran is probably making like she's asleep. So the two of you sneak out undisturbed, into the warm night air of the of Star Isle. The jellyfish bloom has passed by. All is dark. Even back in the village, all the lights are out. Everyone has gone to sleep. All is quiet, but for the slow ebb and flow of the waves. And the two of you sort of perch. Where do you perch? Where do you park up to go wait to see if you can see Kahuna?
Can we take Dad's boat?
Yeah. Okay.
She's gonna think about it for a second. She says, "Well, Uncle Finn said it'd be okay to go out with Dad, as long as I'm not by myself." So yeah, we can take Dad's boat.
Great. Oh wait, I forgot my ukulele. And he like sneaks back inside,
Quiet.
creeps around Uncle Finn, grabs the ukulele, sneaks back outside. Got it.
Okay.
Okay, let's take the boat.
Okay. I've already started working on it. On time.
So the two of you get in this boat, and can you just like roll?
And I bring a conch shell with me too, so I can signal if we get
Sure.
Can you each roll a
Danjin didn't think
d6
of
for
that.
me? Oof, not great. You do get out into the water, and you have control over the vessel. It's certainly not professional, but you're out there. You're on the sort of deck of this little boat, because if you were down in the cabin, you couldn't see shit.
No.
And you go out onto the water, and it's even quieter out here because there's no crash of the waves. It's just the sound of the water lapping against the sides of the boat. And I think being out here on your own, a thought sort of crosses your mind, Danjin. Like, as you look out and you see, like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't go out on the ocean with your dad a whole lot, do you?
Mm-mm.
So I think
No.
as you, like, look back at the island as it's smaller, and look out at the curve of the ocean, you're struck by the sense of how big the world is. How do you respond to that? How does Danjin sort of react to that feeling?
He turns to Kiro and says, "Oh gosh."
That's too good.
Yeah. I never thought about leaving before. How come no one ever leaves the island?
I mean, there's enough sharks to punch here.
Yeah, but don't you ever wonder what's, like, out there?
Walk shot.
He gestures generally to the horizon.
Sharks.
Yes, but then beyond the sharks, just think, like, a little bit bigger.
Whales? Squid.
Close-ish, but, like, beyond the water.
Oh, like the mainland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's like a bigger island, right?
But wouldn't they have, like, different stuff there? Things we'd want to, like, see? I think it'd be pretty neat to go
What
out
if it's
there.
just like the island, but bigger? So it's like, oh look, more coconut trees.
Danjin, like, thinks about it for a moment. And he's like, I don't know. I don't think it would be like that. I think
You
it'd be
should ask-
different.
We should ask Mom.
Yeah.
She's been to the mainland.
Has she?
I heard her talking about it. I overheard her gossiping with Miss Linda next door.
About what?
Just like, I think they were talking about like beauty supplies, but she was talking about how she went to this place once on the mainland and they had really nice, I don't know, hair or something. I wasn't listening much. I was making sure she actually was still talking so she didn't find out what I was doing. So I was just kind of eavesdropping passively.
Yeah, that's probably smart. I remember one time there was this kid from one of the other islands. I think his name was like Darrow or something, and he was talking about something called a hippo, and it sounded really big.
That sounds made up.
He said it was like a big pig,
That sounds like he's making it up.
and it's out there.
Hippo? What
Hippo.
calls something a hippo?
I don't know. That's what he said it was called.
I've got a hip. Oh, like no.
I don't know.
It's...
He says maybe.
Isn't he friends with that Mako girl?
Yep.
She's pretty cool.
Is she
I like
though?
her.
I don't know. I
like
don't see it. No.
I like her.
I think
I'm
he can
gonna
have
smooch
better
her.
friends. What?
Yeah, when I'm older.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I really like Darrow. Yeah. Maybe we should split them up.
Okay.
And I think at that point there's like the boat rocks noticeably.
Ooh.
And you see like a wave, or not a wave, but like a hump in the a rise in the
Whoa.
water pass by you. And as you look over the side of the boat, you see this large,
Danton's hiding behind Bureau.
glowing shape in the water.
And I like drop the knife in the boat and like start doing like the.
I see it. I see it.
And it passes. It's enormous. These long streams pulling off of it, like almost like bioluminescent krill being left behind. And it swims under the boat, and it's huge. It's wider than the boat, and it goes on for like tens of meters. It goes under the boat, and as you like run over to the other side, it goes on along past, and I think at this point Gran from the cabin coughs a little.
Well, did you see it?
Yeah.
It's too big for me to catch. I'll have to wait till I'm older.
It was amazing.
Yes, I really think you should reconsider catching it. That's a spirit of good fortune for us.
So if I caught it, I'd be the luckiest person on the isle.
No, dear, if you caught it, you'd be the only lucky person on the isle.
So I'd be the luckiest.
I think
For
what
a
Graham
while,
is
perhaps.
saying is maybe we have to share the luck with everyone.
Very good, Danjit.
I'm learning.
I get shocked today.
Yeah. I talked to a crab,
Did you?
and it gave me a gift.
Well, it sounds like you've both had a very adventurous day.
Mm-hmm.
Have I told you
And-
the story about Kahuna?
Mm-mm.
You know that is the spirit that guided us all to these islands in the first place, long, long ago.
Really?
Yes,
What?
You mean from the mainland?
that's correct. The home that we once occupied was no longer hospitable, and our people were in need. So we followed the spirit fish until it led us to these islands where there was bounty aplenty. Fish, and sharks, and all the things on the island. We fashioned our boats in the shape of this creature so we could go out and catch things. And here we have stayed ever since. They say that the people who are lucky enough to bear witness to Kahuna on his swim have a great destiny.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Maybe I'll be a famous spirit talker.
Perhaps, but you need to practice.
Okay.
Uncle Finn caught Big Kahuna, but I guess he let it go. So if I catch Big Kahuna but don't kill him, I think that'll be it. Catch it and release.
That might be a better idea, yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll aim for that.
Now, come. You've been outside long enough.
Okay.
And I think
Danjin like looks back over his shoulder to see if he can still see Kahuna.
yeah, as you begin to turn the boat round to sail back to shore, and Danjin, you look out at the
I'm not helping.
vast ocean.
It's all me. I've got it, Gran. I've got it.
And you follow the curve of Mahoria upward toward the sky, and you see up in the stars, which have turned bright blue like a falling snow, you see passing over the moon a long white serpentine dragon, glistening and leaving snowy trails in the sky. And I think as we see that, we fade back to Kulangan, the four of you around the fire, which has now burned low as the night draws long.
I definitely saw that dragon.
That's pretty cool.
It's really neat.
Interesting.
Right, Kira?
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, not as cool as Big Kahuna, but like.
Yeah, that's true. We were really nice to each other as kids.
Neil looks like he wants to explain something, but then immediately thinks better.
I mean, we're nice to each other now.
Yeah, you guys get along pretty good.
That's true. And then Danjin just like
I
puts
mean,
an
I
arm around
haven't
Kira.
killed you yet. You haven't died.
Aww. I wish I had a sibling,
You don't really.
but it's just me. Just
It's
me
okay.
happy.
Danjin was adopted. I'm sure we could adopt you too.
Okay, that's not. She tortured me for years with that. Years.
Oh, you two are.
She said the pink hair was the natural family hair color, and I just didn't
It
get
is.
You two are pretty
He's
clearly
in
related.
He's in denial now. We can adopt you, Lamb. I'm pretty sure.
Adopt me. I'm sure the
Well,
Pappies
we're
would
all
mind.
adopted, so you can come join our family then.
Oh, I'm not adopted.
Kira's the pure bloodline.
I mean, I think Neil has like siblings too, right? You're not adopted. You look
No,
like
I
your
have-
family. Yeah,
Oh,
see?
wait.
Joel and I have parents.
I don't.
Well, you can join mine, like Danjin did. They got him at the flea market.
Wait, shh. Kira. Stop.
He was in the bargain bin
Stop.
next to some like week-old bananas.
I think as you say that, the two of you start arguing again.
You're being
Our-
insensitive. Stop.
Our camera pulls back out of the tent and looks out at the plains that reach for several kilometers still, and then past to the desert that awaits our travelers. And as we look up to the sky, we see a single star twinkle. And that's our episode. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you all for playing. Thank you to chat for watching and hanging out with us while we did this this very different holiday special. It was a lot of fun. I loved getting to see the history of, or some of the history anyway, of y'all's characters. Y'all were great. So let us do shout outs and then we'll close it out. So to start us off, everyone's favorite small ice boy and also Gran, Jess.
Yeah.
I'm here for all your small boy and or grandmotherly needs, I guess. I can be your small boy and or your grandma. Give you a person who can do both. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop now.
Where can people find you?
Twitter is where they can find me at Little Cup of Joe, and you can find me on my channel on Twitch. Like, shortly, finally getting back to the Otome bullshit after like a month of not doing that because December has been a garbage fire. We're gonna get back to smooching some ninjas because it is time to continue to date Hanzo and hopefully not get murdered. I don't know where that plot's going. We'll find out. Yeah, that's it. This was adorable.
Yeah, and I just want to say, like, so we always do town creation for our episodes because Ryuutama is great and has co-authored setting stuff. But for this one, we sat down and talked about sort of like the traditions for like that both these places have for the same holiday, and fucking all four of these wonderful people brought their A game. It was so good, and plus, like, so much of what I love about this game is that this is not my brainchild, right? This world only exists in the collective consciousness of all five of us, and that's super awesome. Okay, that's enough spewing for me. Summer, you terror of both ice sculptures and the deep.
Yeah, today was so much fun, and like, obviously it's so hard to coordinate over the holidays, but I'm so glad that we did. This was exactly what I needed. Like, if I got one game this week, I'm really glad it was this one. We're kind of on a hiatus right now just because of schedules and time zones and all that stuff. So you can find me normally over on my channel, off_the_table. We'll be back there full time starting in January. We're going to be having some old shows come back. We're going to be making room for some new shows. It's going to be really exciting. You can follow me on Twitter at justasummerjob if you're interested in everything I'm doing. We're going to be actually tomorrow morning on Off the Table be doing another holiday special episode of Adventures in the Wild Blue, which is our Lady Blackbird campaign. So we're going to be basically doing a bunch of refreshment scenes about what happens over this break between season 1 and season 2, and it's going to be really good. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter if you're interested in what I'm doing. I am so excited for us to keep going with this awesome game. I love it so much. I'm so excited.
Hell yeah. Forever twin number 1. Julie, good job, by the way, of playing 3 different twins tonight.
I mean, I'm twin number 1 depending on who you ask. So
yeah. Where can people
thanks for
find
having
you?
me. This was so lovely. I am on Twitter, Joliolio. I am on Off the Table playing Spindle Wheel, which has been super fun so far. And I'm guessing we're back in the new year, summer? Yeah, we'll be back in the new year playing some more on every other Thursday night. And that's been awesome. And then I'm here doing this in the new year as well. And I am still dead set on playing Burning Wheel online and streaming it because I love Burning Wheel. I just started a home game, like I said earlier, and yeah, it's amazing. So I can't wait to play more games in the new year.
Awesome. And Forever Twin number 2 or number 1, who knows? Lindy, props to you as well for the triple twin tonight. Where can people find you?
You can find me online at LaughLoveLindy on Twitch, Twitter, pretty much any social media. That's where you can find me at. I had a blast tonight. I had no idea how little kid Kiro was gonna be until it was time to be little kid Kiro. They were super cute as kids and pretty much very similar to how they are now. I like to see that. But like little things are different, and it was real cute. Everyone was adorable as tiny little kids. I need to see them all as tiny little kids. Just
On it.
But oh my gosh, you should definitely check out WebDM tomorrow afternoon for RPGN, because it's gonna be our last one of the year, and we've got a bunch of cool, neat clips, and I'm gonna be writing it after this is done. It's great. Also, my channel's kind of on a hiatus until the new year as well, because I'm gonna be out of town, but I'm gonna try to get one more stream in before it's time to peace out, because I like my computer and I like Twitch, so. That's about it.
Feeling it. This is my channel. You can find me here. You can also find me on Twitter and YouTube at Anarsis, where YouTube is where you can find past episodes of this show along with my other RPG shows. I'm also going to drop the Discord link in chat here if you are not already in the Discord and you would like to come yell about these cute anime children. Please come and do so. We've got some stuff coming up in the new year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze in another gaming stream. I would like to on Thursday, but Wednesday is my sister's birthday, so that's going to be taking up my time. And obviously Tuesday is going to be out of the question for me. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can squeeze a stream in on Thursday. But if not, I will be back with a vengeance in January. January 1st is the premiere of a new show, sort of like a reimagined show, which is Roll Plus Mod, Tomb of Annihilation, which is our module and hardcover focused D&D show on this channel. On Tuesdays, we're starting that up bright and early, right on the very 1st of January. That'll be at our usual time slot of 5 Pacific. And then after that, I don't necessarily know what I'm going to be streaming each day, but I am going to be streaming at least 1 hour every single day for the entire month of January. So the best place to keep up with information on that is either on the Discord, where I always announce when I'm going live, or on my Twitter, where I try to make plans pretty clear. But yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you, and specifically to the 4 of you. Thank you so much for coming along fucking 3 days before Christmas to do this wholesome holiday mayhem. I really enjoyed this so much, and I think I'm really excited for where this show is going. I'm excited for where we've taken it already, but this was the perfect little break for us to recenter, get a sense of who the characters are, get a better idea of the setting, and I'm super refreshed. I'm super pumped. I'm ready for us to launch into the rest of this season in January. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I want to say a big thank you again to all of the people that hosted tonight. Specifically, I want to give a shout out to Dragon Sparks for that host. Another thank you to Gem Song for the 5 gifted subs earlier tonight. Thank you so much. And thank you, Tales of a Bryce, for the follow earlier as well. Thank you for chatting, watching, even just lurking. Every little bit really does make a difference with this whole Twitch thing. So thank you for all of your help, big and small. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night.